To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to the program Spoon Talk, fellow Liberians. It doesn't matter where you are. The biggest platform in the Republic of Liberia. Let me say good evening to you, Jeans Good Flomo, and I hope you are doing okay, Jeans.
Well, good evening, Honorable Baron Brown. I'm doing pretty well. You getting me?
Hold on, please. Are you there, Jeans?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You getting me?
Okay, yeah. Yes, you are okay now. You are okay.
I'm good?
Yes, you are good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Honorable Baron Brown. How you doing?
Well, we tell God thank you for life. You know, we can't complain, man. Everything is okay from my end. The country is okay. No, we can't complain, bro. How is the status with you?
The study is okay. How to keep you sharp?
Well, you know, in everything you do, you should have passion for it. It's okay.
Yeah.
My entertainment center is okay. We tell God thank you. That's why I named the entertainment center for by position. You know, yeah, and I'm proud to say this that I run an entertainment center. You know, where many people from diverse political backgrounds, whether you are no position individual, you will come to amuse yourself. We'll do the nasty politics on the social media. In the end, we'll come together, we'll converge at a special locale, you know, or location in order to talk as brothers. Yes. So to answer your question, it's okay. I'm proud to have an amusement center.
Okay, that's good. Go on for like just 1 minute. I can't remember. Continue.
Well, so we are here, folks. This is the biggest platform in the Republic of Liberia. It is right here on Spoon FM, Spoon TV. We are also live on Super Radio, on Magic. Is that
It's like the chairman has internet problems. So, folks, let me welcome all of you. We are here waiting for the team to return. As soon as they come on, they're going to continue with national issues. So let's see until the chairman works on his network. They will be right back in a second or a minute or two. So I want to welcome all of you who have just joined us. This is Spoon Talk. The chairman will come on to give us more update from Liberia, and we will be here holding the ground until the team return. And when they come on, this platform is the place where men and women gather to talk about the issues that matter, the issues that will help to shift the pendulum of society. So we all have to gather here
Yes.
every night to talk about those issues that matter, that will change the direction of the terrible things that we may talk about that are happening or that may happen. We need to start changing even before they happen, or to change them while they are happening. Welcome back, Chairman.
Well, yes, I'm okay. I will keep in the ground for you, but I'm so excited that you are back, James.
somebody way in Liberia, the other person, I don't even want to respond. They may look at me and describe me like that. Some people can hear me. So you hear them say I look like homeless man. Really? God forgive me. I hope he
But
gets
James,
that today.
James,
Yeah.
once you can now withstand the
You
issue of
have to withstand.
criticism,
Mhm. Oh my God, what's happening with our guys in Liberia? The chairman gone again. I think he was talking about once you can withstand social media critics. Yeah, but I think something like that he was trying to talk about. Yeah, but to just I love everyone, my friends, my fans, everybody. I love you, and the most we are not to take social media so personal, right? To start attacking people because they disagree with us or because they describe us somehow. Sometimes these things are just meant for us to share fun. When somebody do it, I just share fun with them and laugh and move on. Social media is not to be taken so seriously until you make serious enemies for yourself. So I don't know what's happening, but I think studio is faced with a serious internet problem that is causing Byron to just be on and off. But anyways, I will be here. I will be here till Byron join, and the rest of the team will come later. And today we will welcome the team, and they have their own point. Let me see if the chairman is set and ready again. Okay, welcome.
yeah, I mean, James, we are back.
Yeah,
You know,
I understand, bro. I understand. We will get there.
mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that you just have to withstand the test of times when you are on the social media. You know,
Oh yeah.
if you do not have thick skin, the thick skin, you can make it because
You get thick skin, leave social media, delete your account.
yeah,
Go be pastor or mother.
yeah, people will bullet you. They will say so many things about you, but you have to be
Yeah.
strong. You have to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be strong. But Jeans, how is the study? How is Fatu?
I get time for you. The study is okay. Everybody okay.
Yeah.
uh,
But I must admit, this evening we have so many things that we are going to discuss, and the moment the rest
yeah,
of the
you know what
panel,
we do? You
yeah,
dive into it while we're waiting for the team. Give us update from Liberia because anytime you will go, you are off and on. So while you are
yeah, I'm
still
off and on.
Yeah, while you are still on, continue. When you go, you come back, you continue just like that.
But I think before we can do the introduction to turn the flow over to the rest of the panelists, like you and the rest of the people, let us welcome some of our guests who are here. Do you
Go
feel?
ahead, we will welcome them later. He going again. Um, all right. Now, hey, nothing stable in Liberia now. All right. We stay here. Baron will be joining us. But basically, let's begin with some of the training issues from Liberia, and Baron will come and give us more. I'm just going to give you a bit of it, and Baron will continue. As you may be aware, President George Manuel Weah is up for re-election. He's going to be up against several opposition leaders, ranging from Joseph Yuma Boakai, Mr. Alexander Cummings, and so on. Yeah, He's up for re-election. So the president recently said he's not a typical politician or a career politician. Not everybody you see into politics, uh, not everyone into politics is a career politician. Some people just get welcome into politics. Yeah, go ahead, boss. Go ahead, boss. I'm not hearing you, boss.
James, are you getting me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Can we recognize some of our followers right now on the social media, or you want me to give you an
Yeah, go ahead.
update?
We will do the welcoming ceremony on another note.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. This one says, good evening, Spoon FM family. I'm following this show from UAE Dubai this morning. J Benedict Kolu Sonda and Stanley D Stephen. He said, I'm watching this live. Former MCC is also watching Spoon Talk this evening. Let us go down to this person. Says, good day looks like homeless. Oh, sorry. I found.
No, my man.
Yeah,
I can't be calling for
Dennis,
small.
yeah, Dennis Brooks is also watching from New Jersey. Dennis Brooks, let me say good evening to you, Dennis Brooks. This is Liberia's biggest platform. And J. Benedict Kolu Soda, I also mentioned him earlier. Adula Tiaiti Alu Sese. He said, how can you be smiling with people who are impoverishing the ordinary masses? So sad to hear this. I do politics with feelings, but being a politician means you are humanitarian. Ephraim Destiny is also watching Spoon Talk this evening from Bannersville Estate, and Daniel Tente is also watching from Tinker Village. It's Tinker Village, not Tinker's Village. Like Jalatan, you don't say Jalastan. It's Tinker Village, no S. But anyway, let us flow.
I mean,
Cornelius
go
Ponto
to
is
UR
also
and go
watching.
teach English 101.
Yes, Esther Glovic is also watching. April Dye is also watching. Attila Key is also watching this evening. Esther Thomas is watching from Moto City. Nush Grateful Banner Jian is also watching this live. Let us go down. Manja Anchu Samuel Masale. He says, powerful chairman. I'm grateful. Thank you.
You know that
Man,
powerful
Janet
chairman?
Song. Yeah. D. Adolphus Zorgian is also watching Spoon Talk this evening. Okay, so there are many people who are watching us. Let me go down.
All
Once
right, you
James
know what we
gets
do? You know what we do?
Mhm.
Let's take a break on that. You give us update. We will continue.
Okay, so basically what we have on our end today, Jeans, yesterday, Senator Nyomli Kanka Lawrence and they picked running mate to Ambassador Joseph Numa Bwaka of the Unity Party, Jeremiah Kuhn. Yesterday they were, welcome at the Capitol building, but
By their own supporters.
I don't want to call it that way, but you have your own.
Yeah, go ahead.
But some people, but they are
By some,
supporters.
by some people, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's worse.
But many Liberians. That's why I want to say it. And
Uh,
it was really grand. So what happened today? The Senate Security Department had a press conference where they warned against political rally at the grounds or on the grounds of the Capitol building, and
they
that was
don't
held
eat.
today. Yeah,
They don't eat.
they
After
said,
that conference, that church conference, or that political.
so that's it. So that's it. So that identical happened. That identical stuff
Who
happened
addressed the
today. So,
press? Who addressed the
hmm?
press today? Who among them addressed the press?
Yeah, I mean, That's a gentleman. I'm going to get his name very soon, but
Oh, okay.
one delicious. And but what is so shocking to me, this guy, he controls every security issue at the Capitol building. He was a special AD Ken to
To
Senator
Senator
Yomi
Yomi.
Kanga Lawrence. Yeah,
He's not again.
yeah.
He's not with
I
Yomi
don't
again.
know. I don't know. So right now, he's speaking against that. He spoke against what happened.
I know him. I know him. So
Yes, he
I don't want
spoke
to speak.
against
I don't want to speak first, but maybe
one delicious.
I know delicious. The, ah, oh my God, what's happening here? Our chairman going again, my people. Oh God. Oh God, the chairman gone. The chairman will come back. But you know, I don't want to speak on that issue, but the Capitol building, I know for sure what we were told that the Capitol building is a political ground. So political things will happen. Politicians will meet there. Their supporters will meet to celebrate them and so forth. During the 2020 election, during the 2020 senatorial election, we saw both opposition and the ruling party members endorsing senators or candidates who were contesting. We saw the endorsement ceremony of Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, and we also saw the endorsement ceremony of Thomas Fala. Everything took place right there on Capitol Hill, the same place they had our event yesterday. So it's normal. These things are not things that you can say they were not happy. So welcome back, Chief. You were talking about
Yeah,
delicious.
yeah. So delicious.
Mhm.
He came up with a press statement condemning what happened yesterday, and some supporters of the CDC. That's another breaking news. It is an issue to talk about.
Mhm.
They had the stage of protest where they called on President Georgia to upgrade. What's the name of the station? Kings
Kings
FM.
FM to
Yes, Kings
upgrade
FM.
and to upgrade the station and upgrade the salary.
Yeah, upgrade the station, the salary.
Yeah.
And I got an information that the highest paid employee at Kings FM is 50 United States dollars.
Yeah, I know that for sure because I have
Yeah,
friends who work there. And they
yeah,
called me
50
today. They
United.
told me about their protest.
Yeah. So the manager of Kings FM, he takes 75 United States dollars. That's his
But
pay.
President, we are wiki. Oh. No, bro, let's be fair, right? That's been wicked.
No,
You
but
keep
Kings FM has always been like that.
no,
Even when
bro.
Georgia
The
are playing
reason why people,
football.
I'm coming here.
Mm.
Let me interrupt you. The reason why people get into power is is to upgrade their people life, people who work with you. If you cannot even help your surrounding, if you cannot help the common people who are working with you, who were with you when you were not even close to politics, who helped you, the institution that made you, the institution that gave your messages everywhere yesterday. If you can get to power, you still have Liberians working there and making less than $50. You think I think you are headed for disaster. To be frank, go ahead.
But Jeans, if I were working with King Semi, I would definitely take the president. Okay, not the president, but who will be in power at King's FM. I will take you to court because I cannot work for an institution where you will pay me $50. For Christ's sake, two things. I will either resign in order to maintain my credibility, or I will take you to court. I mean, it is sad. Can you
The
imagine the
issue
station
again,
manager of King's FM takes home 75 United States dollars, and the president, that is his station. King's FM is for the president.
Kings FM
And
has
the
been
frequency
like
of King's FM
that.
cannot pass Crown Hill. The moment you
Oh yeah,
cross
yeah, yeah.
Crown Hill, it is done. It
Yes,
is
from
only
my
around
home in Natalia, I never used to listen
at
to
that
Kings
gas
FM.
station. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was saying, right, Kings FM, those who work in there, I think they should have been a few journalists in Liberia that we were going to be looking at to say, yes, these people life improving, or these people's lives have improved since President Weah came to power. Let's agree, you don't have to take money from our budget, right? We are not talking about you placing Kings FM in the budget, but the president has money from his own salary. From his own salary or pardon, like when he traveled the last time where he spent 40 days, he was taking home $2,000 every day. Every day as a pardon, the president was getting that. You want to tell me 5 years into office, almost 6 years, the president was unable to keep even or to give Kings FM 100,000 to say you guys should upgrade or to even pay, workers minimum of $100. Let's begin with 100, at least $100 or 200. You still have those people. You still have those people there, suffering here and there. I think the president is not doing well. Somebody will say it is not President We are who managing the place. Baron, are you with me? I think Baron going to give my people. Somebody will say it is not President We are who managing the place, but I think it is being disservice to those guys, those young men and women who are working there. It is a complete disservice to them. You cannot have people who work with you from your very beginning till you reach to where you are, and they still be suffering. Some of them cannot even get good transportation to go to work or so far. Before more ends, they will credit everything they're working for. It's bad. So Baron, continue.
Yeah, so basically, those are the training issues or the training news from my end that we have in this country. The guy who once worked with Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence, one delicious research. He came
was
up with a press statement today. Yes, he was special. I know ADK something to Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence.
You know the way that guy went to that. Let me just give you a brief history of Delicious, how Delicious took over the security sector of Capitol Hill. Delicious was, I don't know whether he's still with Yombly or he's not. He's not with Yombly again?
I don't think so. Because when Yombly went to Grand Bassa County, I saw all of those video clips. I did not see him with Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence.
So I cannot confirm I cannot confirm whether he's with Yombly or not. But Delicious, when Delicious got there, Delicious had he still have the security service though. Delicious was using his security service. His security service was purposely for the Senate wing. It was assigned to the Senate wing, and they were not to take care of the Senate security issue, right? Just a private security that was hired. But remember, Senator Youngbley has a very huge influence on Capitol Hill, and she used that influence, right? Because this guy was working with her, or this guy is working with her, and he has his own security agency. So they did some manipulation there, here and there, no bidding, nothing, and give him the full authority to provide security for Capitol Hill. So he went there as a private security officer or agency, and he left there. He took over our Capitol Hill security sector. That's how he came there. So maybe he's now with Yombly, something that I can't confirm. And he may have used the time he had to work with the senator to get to that top. And now people who endorse who he worked with yesterday and then come back to say, hey, Yipo should not be doing this. And he was working there in 2020 when Senator Abraham Darrows DeLong got endorsed, when what's his name? Representative Thomas Fowler also got endorsed, but we did not hear any of them. Even the official security folks who are assigned there did not talk about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, those are some of the trending, news in the country, but I don't know, Jeans, whether the guys who had the press conference today, we'll also have to look at the legitimate, concerns that they raise, that people should not gather at the Capitol building to welcome political leaders. Because a few months ago, here's the thing, Jeans. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
What's the name of this senator, Sir Joseph? The man bought almost 5 yuns. Oh.
God said that's another Joseph God hold you right there. You're going again. Okay, my chairman gone. He will come back. So we are still awaiting our team to return. As soon as they come, we will turn the platform over to them. So I think the chairman was trying to talk about people gathering on Capitol Hill for political rallies. Originally, Capitol Hill was created or is meant for political activities. People who work on Capitol Hill are politicians. People who go to Capitol Hill to express grievances are citizens or residents from the home of a politician or politicians. There were Liberians would gather to, speak to the first branch of government that has the oversight responsibility on other branches of government. So those people meeting, I think one thing they should talk about, anyway, I don't know the legality. I don't want to talk about it, but from my own perspective, I'm speaking from my own perspective. I don't know any legal standing that says people cannot have political endorsement. But in terms of political rally, where supporters will gather to, petition lawmakers or petition the legislature, these things happen and they are politically influenced sometimes. Okay, so those people meeting, they did not meet with church choirs, they did not meet with deacons, they met with politicians, and it was organized, let's say it was organized by politicians. So I don't think there was any breach until I'm thought about that, or until I see the portion of the law that got breached, then we can talk about that. Another one we can say yes was leaving their work, leaving their assigned official jobs to go and petition their bosses. That would be another better argument to say you left your working time and you went to endorse a politician or politicians. That's another thing. But it's been happening everywhere, every side. It's been happening. Byron, you stay with me? So I think I'm going to continue like this until the team joins us. Baron is facing serious problem that is beyond his control. So, well, I'm now in charge until Baron rejoin, and we are awaiting Spoon Talk crew to join us. Anytime they join us, we will get them the thing. So I will dive into a few national issues and then open the line so you can have your say before our team join us. I'm sure Spoon Talk team is running out today. Just to inform you that Richardson will not be joining the conversation. She's taking a break today. She's very busy. She's going to be back tomorrow. She's not joining the team today. So I'm here until the rest of the guys come on. The issue about Cummings running mate, right? Let's a bit talk about. Okay, Byron is coming back. I don't know what's really happening to Byron today. The network is terrible. We getting information, and Spoon Talk team will come here and talk about that. We getting very concrete information that Bassa is turning in the direction of Mr. Cummings. All negotiations are now, beginning to give positive results. That at the end of the day, the ANC may likely get the late councilor's daughter from Grand Bassa County to, represent their ticket as vice presidential candidate. According to sources, they are reaching that point a very inch away from the beginning, almost to the end, a very inch away from the beginning, and that is happening. And let's let's pull it this way. Someone say, why Brunskin has to go? She's going to join them? Let's agree. In politics, your opponent will never want for you to get somebody who will put up a fight. They will not want you to get a support that will make you to put up a fight. Even if Councillor Brunskin is to agree to represent the ANC ticket or to go as Cummings' vice running mate, that is going to be a very huge challenge to the Unity Party. The Unity Party is going to be confronted with a number fight over Grand Bassa County. They're going to do a serious fight over Grand Bassa County because Councillor Brunskin, the last time her event, that is the endorsement event that they had for her in Grand Bassa County, we saw the common people. We're not talking about people who travel from Monrovia on buses or on taxi or jeeps to go and attend event. We're not talking about that. We saw the people from within Grand Bassa County gathering at that event, and we saw women. We're talking about women who are selling in the market, women who you see every day doing their best to give better life to their children. We saw them struggling. We saw them in the line. We saw them cheering her. We saw them gathering. And Buchanan that day went her way. And what happened in recent time? We also saw men. It was the first time since I started providing coverage for political events in Liberia. It was my first time to see men in the street canvassing for another political opponent, or specifically a female candidate, to call for support or protection for that female candidate, to say, let's stop discrimination against this candidate. Let's stop discrimination against women in politics. It was Brunskin that I saw that happening. I think a couple of weeks ago, I saw that in Buchanan. They had a parade in Buchanan where men, I'm talking about men and boys were in the street preaching for people to stop discrimination against women in politics, and against Councillor Brunskin in Grand Bassa County. Remember, she was up for the representative election. So we saw that happening. So she brought two forces together in recent time. And if that game is trying to turn to another angle to see her representing the ANC, yes, I'm not one of those who win the presidential election in first round, but I can safely tell you that the ANC is going to pull out a fight if they are to get Councillor Brunskin on their ticket. They are going to put out a fight than having somebody who is not that popular, like the name we got, Mr. Baron Brown Sr., my uncle father. So if Brunskin is to come, yes, let's again agree that she's now more popular out of Grand Bassa County, the same as Unity Party vice running mate. He's not popular out of Nimba compared to his boss, that is Joseph Imambwaka, and Councillor Brunskin's boss, who will be, or his, he's not popular. He's not popular out of Nimba County. So the both of them, they're going to put out a serious challenge. But Unity Party will be more successful in Nimba County than ANC in Grand Bassa County, because you have a senator who just won fresh election, and she still has that popularity. But to be frank with you, I don't want to cut the case to say Unity Party will win Grand Bassa or ANC will win Grand Bassa, but there will be a serious fight in Grand Bassa that only the grass on the ground will feed the weight. there will be a serious political fight in Grand Bassa County between the ANC and Unity Party if the ANC is to carry Councillor Bransky. Because the father legacy, remember, in Liberia, we judge people according to their family link. If your father was a terrible man, that history will go on forever. And I know this is not just limited to Liberia, it is everywhere. So her father legacy is going to play a major role. Her father died somehow, and people still believe that he did well for Grand Bassa County. People believe that he put Grand Bassa County on the map, and he was that son of Bassa who stood for the people of his county, who raised the flag of Grand Bassa County like the way I raising the flag of Lofa County. You know, right? Yeah. People from my hometown will tell you, man, I'm doing my own from Lofa County. Like the way GNB is raising the flag from our home. So if that is to happen, the father's legacy is going to play a major role, and the female cat will also play major role in Grand Bassa County. I'm limited to Grand Bassa because I don't want to talk about Jeremiah Kun out of Nimba and Councillor Bransky out of Grand Bassa because you put them out of their Vera counties, they are zero. If you know I dare Unity Party to say Jeremiah Kun can give us 100 votes in this county, zero. Both of them cannot produce out of their Vera counties. But I believe Senator Youngbley is going to be another major person who will give the ANC a serious setback. But there will be a fight in Grand Bassa County. If Councillor Bransky is to represent the ANC, there will be a fight. And that fight, only the grass and the ground will feed the weight. Yeah, Chairman, welcome.
Thank you, James. We are battling real technical problem, but
I know,
it's okay.
bro. We have to continue. We can't do nothing. It's beyond our control.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your analysis? Sorry.
I was talking about information we're getting that the ANC is nearing, or the ANC is too close to call. During election, when somebody, when you see people saying too close to call, they are telling you that result, that person almost winning. The ANC is too close to call on Councillor Bransky by carrying her as their running mate. The ANC is too close to call. So I was talking about if this news coming in is too close to call, that is going to give the Unity Party a tough fight in Grand Bassa County. And I also said that I cannot tell you that the Unity Party will win Grand Bassa County or the ANC will win Grand Bassa County. I brought in several factors that will make Councillor Bransky to put a serious fight against the Unity Party in Grand Bassa County, looking at the father's legacy, who raised the flag of your county. You cannot discuss Grand Bassa today without you calling the name of Councillor Bransky. Folks will tell you that he's the modern father of, Grand Bassa County. I said that is also going to play a major role. And, the female cat is going to play a major role. We saw women recently in the street, canvassing that they should stop violence or discrimination against women in politics, specifically challenging in Buchanan. All this year, I've been talking to myself. This that non-balance. I've been talking to myself. All right, so I think, Chairman, if the thing keep giving you help, you just get a video and pull it on. You leave it like
that.
I've
been listening to you, James. I've been listening to you.
I thought my own now. You can't talk. I finished giving my own. But we having serious problems.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Talk. Let me hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you got the chairman. I think he's still suffering for hangover, right?
No, not hangover. Internet problem.
Just say yeah. You got the man video.
No, the chairman was dancing. I think I was.
Can you get that video ready?
I beg you, my chairman.
The Bassa chairman.
My chairman King you sharp
But
moving.
what man, the man Shannon in King Juice, I mentioned is the fallback position.
Okay.
You
See
can
what
say
you shut up, okay.
you got to stop. That's not King Juice shop, man. Man, listen, I was amazed to see the huge crowd, man. You're doing
The chairman
extremely
doing
well,
well,
though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but he needs to stop drinking. He needs to stop asking people to buy him one
Stop.
bottle.
Leave the man alone about drinking, man.
Who they asking the minute?
Chairman, can you hear us? There you go. That's the internet again.
That the internet. So guys, you just get the thing relay on the radio and forget about it.
No, don't do that. Don't say that. They will try. They will get it better.
You can't keep fighting. Let me tell you what's happening. I'll come here. Yeah.
James,
Mm-hmm.
they will get it better. Don't tell them to relay. The people must hear us on the radio. Especially when you get Fagon coming, the people must hear us. I got Fagon face. Fagon alley, he been hungry all day. Fagon want the okra sauce. No okra sauce?
The player drove on to come, no chance to Wombe.
Hey, Fagon, but you saw warm the thing at least 2 minutes before. Oh no, I gotta put my light on. My light I can make me look yaka.
The one,
I mean, I'm hungry. Oh. I'm really hungry, bro.
you know what they're coming from our driving already.
I know. I'm really hungry, man. For real. I want to eat something not dry right. I want to eat potatoes green where I am right now. Seriously.
Potato green.
Man, that's the best thing ever, man. You get that thing with dry fish. I mean, later, your chairman doing this thing to the internet. Not the internet, but I believe that your chairman messing the whole system up because.
Oh, CEO, it's actually the internet, from our end. Yeah.
Internet from your end.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't know that ruling party on the internet.
So the internet is the man is on. Then is the internet completely off?
Yes, just watch and see what's going to happen. Now, different thing they're doing water to come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But why? Is it from the country or what?
Not the country is from us. I think we
Yes.
having it. We have.
I think it is from us, not the country. It is from us.
Not the country.
Forget that thing. That jaga you're doing. You better get it fixed.
Wait. I understand something.
I understand you.
Because if the internet giving problem, then you say from your what control.
You see, please meet yourself. I'm calling you.
Okay. I'll call you your CEO.
Yeah.
Mr. Vagon would not say, behind the scenes, we will talk. But it is just the internet problem from our end.
That means you will go outside and just chunk somebody's car with a rock. You will see them saying in the bar with a big machine on their lap. I mean, you will tell.
As the boss.
If you like, say, if I were you, I just call Sensayan. I say, Sensayan, please stop. Stop now.
Yeah.
Me, I got time. You know me, I got time. They say now, also, they either across the road to the ministerial complex, right side the fence there, or right side a small restaurant that I can split the road.
Yeah.
Right when you come to the ministerial, there's a small yellow restaurant right there.
Mm-hmm.
They can say American Cruise there. Will it continue right outside your fence?
Yes, we're obviously our fence there.
So that they can park on our pole where the traffic police then can be to direct traffic and thing right there on our people. That car outside jump right on that windshield, it will go. Because I didn't want you to catch the machine.
James always gave false information. I just called the CEO. All right? They were switching generator. Yeah, James.
I remember James.
James. They were switching from the small generator to the bigger generator. So what happened is that the CEO told me that they had to just go off of, James. Then he calling me. Look. Look how he calling me. Look at him. Everybody CEO that James calling me. He calling me, you see? Yeah, he calling me. I'm not even answering. So let answer him. Yeah, what he will say. Let answer him. Yeah, James. We answer you not talk. Let James.
Bye, don't go. I will play a video.
James, where you say that? Yeah, listen, you know, look at that, look at that, look at that. He finished calling me, he said he didn't know.
He tend to bobo.
You see someone like Jew passing behind James, then James said, oh, that my brother that living here. If I got your bad story, I'm playing to laugh. You saw the girl passing behind the man. Then the man said that his brother. So his brother gets sabu.
First of all, they got black brother, then he pull in.
No, my man. I'm very. My man, we hearing you, James. You on your own. We can hear you. James, we are not hearing you.
I think he made a mistake to tell the girl, say, oh, we're here. Don't pass behind here. And I had to get too keen. And she passed with pride and dignity. Then the man stretched her out as someone I love my boy.
The man said, my
If you go to that
brother.
video and stick that video, that woman passed behind me.
You will stick video with her?
James. I know Jatu can wash you every evening. And you get Jatu in like, bro, would I do this to you? But your man would do it to you because you already accused.
That would have called Jatu again.
Oh, that the man woman like, bro, Jatu.
That's everything talking Felicia Manaya.
But not Felicia. I know Jatu. I know Jatu.
Felicia Manaya.
Our in Liberia, Jatu Kine. That Felicia, yeah. Who know about Felicia? Jatu is well taken care of. And that Felicia passed behind the man and Felicia in trouble. Hey, Piggy.
Your man gone because he got entertainment spy. Too much.
No. James, I tell the man up because we're talking about Jatu and Felicia. James don't want Jatu to hear it. They're picking here, my people. Hey, go.
Baron got something behind it too.
Baron got
the most risky picking that Titi Kane got to put out with. The most risky of all the picking. That people they call Damo, we can be reading news there like Kwame Kane.
Hey, don't talk about Damo on. We let him come on. Damo not here to defend himself. We let Damo come on. You can't talk about the man when the man is not on.
I'm not talking about the man, I'm talking about the man's spirit.
No, don't talk about the ghost. The man are on. We'll
but
give the man
you see the man here, anything are not physically present or spirit.
They got to pick it and come by again. Chairman Baron, man, you get our internet someday. They said out the country, James said out the country. The men are on. We'll give the man
you see the man here, anything are not.
What the man do?
The man recording me.
No, that chairman, I think from the chairman end.
They said the root chairman got to a area and small root.
The man called it play the fallback position.
Yeah, if you can't make it,
what kind of store need will be fallback position? Figure that get problem.
But you know what I mean, right?
No, my man, I know those.
If you go hustle, you can't make it. Nothing. Say the root chairman got to a area and small root. You go to the fallback position.
Wow.
Any time of the night, you go to Baron place, you will find something at the fallback. You mute out, Baron, you're talking to yourself.
Baron, you can hear us?
Yes, CEO, we are more than set from our end.
Thank you, man. Alas, free alas. Thank God Almighty, we are free alas. Fagwan, your boss was on ERBC today, Eugene Lin Nangbe. The man telling your papa.
I came home, everybody just telling me what it meant say, and you know we gotta be here, so I didn't have the opportunity.
I didn't add him, my man, but speaking to you right now, people sending me what the man said. They said, they said Eugene Nangbe is the new weapon for George Manning. They unleashed him. He was unleashed.
Until I hear what it meant say, or somebody tell me what it meant say, it will be hard.
But they sent it to you.
How they send it to me? Who sent it to me?
The moment just look at your phone, you must ask how and who.
Well, sometimes you even gotta ask when. Let me see, maybe that could they send it, yeah.
I did not even listen to him.
The people just called him and they said, but the man don't let Joseph Boakao, and the man serve on a UP government. Fagon.
And I also saw a video where the man went, how on we are during election time, so many he's good at that.
No, besides
they unleashed the man.
The man was part of the power sharing agreement.
Yeah, I saw the unleashing part of it too on We Are.
But they unleash listen, go and watch Eugene Lane Nangbe. Go and watch what he did on ELBC today.
Nobody
They said
sent it to me.
after Joseph Boakai.
I did not watch it.
But I will slap you. The thing right there, I seen it, then he said nobody sent it to you.
My man, the only thing I see attire that they meant.
Where you see attire at?
Go there, go low there. So let me go inside the chat room and go look for it. Because I'm going to play now. Piggy.
Oh, Fagon, we are also getting information, which of course we need to speak on tonight, but let's wait for some of our other brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah, people will not come. Don't hear your head.
No, Dr. Richardson coming. She just texted me and said she coming. She had to put a baby to sleep. Milan, you know that Piggy giving her a hard time.
6 o'clock, 6:30, what?
The Piggy decided and said, you're not going that show except I get juice. She said she would get a Piggy water. Piggy said juice. Piggy said, Grandma, juice. She said water. He said, no, juice. It's in the Piggy that better. The Piggy no juice and you know water. So somebody got to cave in. And it looked like she came in and she got to give him juice.
They make carry whole Apple Pro inside the studio. The two men that are in jail, you not see them, the money collected to go free them and lead them down. And I told her, you can't tell Joseph Baga.
I mean, hey, man, you said under the man, you say you were the deputy minister when the man was minister proper.
But now the man got forced to talk. Go to all the Liberian and are watching this show from Good Day to Baron. When we were there, the heat was on the maintain to Bobo.
What
For 3.5 years, the man was Bobo. That what made you say, that now the man talking?
Eugene Lane Nangbe been speaking though. The man is a strong fighter for CDC.
Again, that 6th year now. This is the 6th year. Year 1, 2, and 3, when they almost deposed the government, the man went in coma. The first comment said the man be in 12 Mayflower. The man go say, the man say they brought a 16 billion. While the man was on the radio, so he drive the phone 12 call. 12 say that lie, no 16 billion.
But the man said he was a man said they brought 16 billion. 12 said that lie. 12 so which side you believe? 12 said as finance minister, the man with information. So the Liberian people believe who?
12 were right, no 16 billion was stolen. The total amount of currency in circulation for the entire country, Liberia, was 17.5 billion. How is it that one man will steal 16.5 billion and lead the whole country with a currency quantity of 1 billion? It's not possible, it's impossible. What he should have said was that the excess amount or some of the monies was stolen. But to say 16 billion, the whole country money, that means even the people in the market and all that money were collected. So, and it was proving that actually no 16 billion got missing. But yes, money's got missing. And just like he said,
but it wasn't 16 billion.
No, it wasn't 16 billion.
But say 12 they ate their own.
That one I can't tell you whether they ate their own because it's possible to say lick it.
Wow. So then you were against Fagon, you were against Eugene on that, Eugene Nagbe, saying that minister, you were wrong.
No, I didn't tell the minister you were wrong, not even in the corner. Because at the time, I was still processing the information as to what happened. So what I did, my witness is still alive today.
John Lover said you're wrong. John Lover said 60 billion was missing. He tested. They pick it up. He called me 3 times today.
How can your whole country currency till what get missing? But anyway.
Lover said Fagon. That is not true.
So Lover is trying to say
when 16 billion. He say I work it.
Yeah, he's trying to say 16 billion LD got missing from Liberia. And he's trying to say what the Kroll report and the FIU report did not say. And this is the kind of debate I don't hold. You alone can tell the American people they lie and tell the Liberian government put they lie. I can until you can show me something. It almost like my brother said, 9 container full of Liberian dollar were behind the president's house on 9th Street. Okay, show out where the 9 containers came from. We can hear a lot of stories. So we good at those kind of things. But I went to Nathaniel Patriot's office. Thank God the old man died. So I went in his office. I said, Governor, all the people fighting are my bosses. But I'm here for you to tell me the truth so that I can know what to say. And I had the old man educated me about our currency in circulation, the total amount. And there was no way your whole country money in the country at 17.5 billion. Then somebody would just pick up 16 all a year and go. Then who get money in the pocket now? Which one in the bank? Which one in the central bank? Which one in the commercial bank? Which one in the people houses?
So we agree that you're not changing the conversation as to how much Samuel 28, right?
Samuel 12 EO, when the time came, they were asking, he was taught what Samuel 12 said was that he used the money changer to change the money. What I do know
that
for a fact,
that way, you know that. Hey,
three things happen that I never understood.
You know that one way.
Now your own profession, don't rush. Now your own profession. But let me tell you what happened. The red Samuel 12 said he changed the money for, and the fact that the problem came from. Okay? If you buy in US dollar because of your own profession, you know you can buy it in order to sell it. So when the government went to change the money, they were changing it at a buying rate where the person was buying the money from the government now. But that person had to go change it to make profit too. The higher used to make your money. So the rate 12 show, that rate there, they didn't jive. Yeah. So who are eating on top of the eating?
So let me say this to you, that dimension, right? Ask any money changer from Douala, Broad Street, Red Light, that pure dimension.
Yeah, now.
That is persuasive and impersuasive money exchange process. You don't understand that because you never change money.
I didn't change money now when the weapon say, but most of the money they make care to change. Yeah. So the people ask, but where the money they were at?
My man, ask any Liberian money changer that dimension. Persuasive and impersuasive money exchange.
Look.
If you ever change money, you will know. Listen, they're giving you 500, you count it in front, then you go and you get 200. Now what Samuel 12 did on Liberia? Samuel 12 said we change it, we take the 25 mop up exercise on the street, 25 mil. That new Samuel 12 taking only 5 million on the street. The rest of it was low. It was revolving door. It's
my brother. Say I don't know you. That today you told the first truth where anybody can hear and say that truth. You think they'll change 17 point? Just imagine Jane Goodey then who they'll be changing $20. When they get 3-5, they jump in just like monkey, they put it in their pocket. Fan get and can sit down with them. 17.5 million US dollar to mop up the excess liquidity, meaning the money that was outside. Brother, where that money came from? Who had that money? Where was in storage at Liberian the Cali business?
Well, you gotta understand, right? People can say what they want to say. Samuel 12 is not a stupid man when it comes to money. The man know how to switch and swap. Switch and swap. And that's exactly what Joey the man is the most clever man in the country. The man even eat Joey free. Eating free.
How would Joey call you say you like it? Fire me and I come in.
Oh no, Joey can never fire Samuel 12. Joey can never fire. No. Have you seen the movie Into Deep? Joey can never fire. We take only the American government to fire Samuel 12, but not Joey.
Even the American government, they can't catch him.
My man, Joey can never fire Samuel 12.
That's what I'm telling you, the American government will have to come catch you.
No. I mean, any money changer, you go change your $10. And what's the rate right now? It's 75. What's the rate right now in Liberia? Somebody help me. If you're watching our show, help me what the rate is right now. Any money changer, you change your $10. If the rate at 75, the hammer end at 750, right? So
75, 175?
No, I don't know the rate. I'm asking, they said 175. Okay. So $10 will get you 1,750. So that 1,000, you got to count it, chair, one at a time. Do not back. Don't blink your eye. You will say 1, 2, 3, and you blink. You will walk from over there with $500. That was something trying to tell the Liberian people. The Ogaden fed it. The Ogaden were too blind. They can't look for a high rate. I'm begging you, man. They're getting a low rate. I mean, you're right. When the senator can tell Joe, we have 2 + 2 that says Joe, we have to believe it. She's right. So the man took mop-up exercise 25 million on the street. Guess what happened? It wasn't 25. It was only 5 million.
You know the difficult question I asked the old man? I asked the old man, I said, Pops, he said, Fagon, what he said? I said, let's look at the word excess liquidity, meaning the cash flowing out there. Don't you think to change the money? I'm playing the devil's advocate. People should walk in the bank and carry their monies so that the government can buy it from them, rather than us saying we're going low oil. Right? So if the money is out there and people not bringing it in, is it not a fact that they're hoarding the money? He said, Fagon, part of it, yes, but part of it, no. That's the first time I got educated to Fulani Mafia, Lebanese Mafia, not actually like mafia, but they keep the monies. They got deals going on with people in the commercial banks. And that's how they've been working. You got the Fullers. So I said, but even at that, then where do they get the US dollar from in high quantities to be able to purchase their goods? He said, it's a whole network. You will not understand. I said, but one day I will understand. Because one day somebody will come and they will just say, you got 72 hours to bring your money. After that, anyone you're getting your hand at Kara.
You know, I think Senator did that, right? Joe did that same thing, right? Took all the money off the market and you have time to bring your money thereafter.
Oh, for the dough coin.
Yeah, thereafter you get first money. If you bring your money, you get first money thereafter. Maybe it would take the money, but you don't want to do it with this government, though. I won't advise anybody right now. I think the international community, IMF, all those people should frown on it, because if you do it right now, it will be death before dishonor. You'll be taking your money and be coming with a rate that you do not want to come out with. But Fagon, I think let's start. We've been waiting for the guys that the Richardson said telling me that she will be on shortly. Fadika.
All I think I'm putting the chat room, I think that the Richardson can see and count. It's too disturbing for her.
I remember, I don't scare that the Richardson, man. I don't scare Richardson, man. Oh, James, they said Jatu. They said Jatu very you. They say the thing Fagon say about Felicia Jatu Verzo. You please leave James alone with Jatu mad right now. Now the message I get in James.
But that Felicia Jatu Verbo.
Yeah.
The girl who passed me on good, what they call, well, the man was telling me a friend in Warsaw. I don't know if
Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question, Fagon.
You brought up, he want me call again.
My man, leave my picking alone, ba. Don't spoil my picking day, my man. I just phone call, love the Megan Bay. And you know,
I used to hear they say, picking any sunny ball. I never hear woman is sunny ella.
My man, leave my picking alone, ba. I'm picking there.
So Jatu, actually say you message.
You know, let me say something to you, man.
Georgia, they say, hey, they got it, finish me.
James Food the same point. Jatu washing. I just got a message. Jatu washing.
James, that's serious, man.
The man about to call Jatu. The man about to call Jatu.
Jatu, leave here. I just joke with joking here.
Hey, we're not joking. James are bad picking in Europe there.
But you got to put an egg in one basket.
Man, you know the mistake James made? James went to Yaga Koluba to carry Yaga Koluba to a horse to show Yaga Koluba Jatu. Yaga Koluba lied to Jatu and said, we told James from here came to Europe for him to marry a European girl. Jatu went crazy. Hey, why would you do that? Yaga a crazy man already. Yaga is crazy. And, you can't play around Yeke, man. Everybody time with Yeke, you get better in business. From today, he's not my brother-in-law no more.
But you're still married to his sister.
I still marry his sister, but he's not my brother-in-law. He can't do anything. Not even your own sister. He said, my wife from Lofa, so that his sister. It make a forced relationship.
Oh, the man ready to go to Prince Johnson play. Everywhere you go into step. Soon you are going to Prince Johnson, everywhere you say Prince Johnson is brother-in-law.
He can lie, he can force relationship. But the only person that are related to Yeke, that John we are. I know Yeke said John is the only person he's not related to Yeke.
He can never be. Yeah, Yeke can never be related.
Like I said, the people didn't give me invitation to go to Grand Bassa. I'm not going. So many I saw Yeke at Youngby program. He was the first one. Is this guy okay? You did all the yelling. You can't go. You in Nimba. You in Ganta. You walk. Man, you can go sleep, man. But let me ask you, Fagon.
Yeah.
Because let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You brought something on Mr. Combs. Now we have the chance. Let's talk. Yesterday, you brought something on Mr. Combs, and I never got an assignment like I had today. I began to research. Correct me if I'm wrong. And let me just put this up. The board members for the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Board members for the International Bank, this bank, International Bank Liberia Limited.
Mm-hmm.
International Bank Liberia Limited has been providing quality banking services to all the sweet talk. This bank replaced the RTC bank that we were picking in. RTC.
Mm-hmm.
Our papa used to care to that bank. And Liberia, you need to hear this because I want whole Yeke Koruba. I want squeeze, not Yeke, I want squeeze Fagon tonight. Fagon.
Yeah.
You said Mr. Cummings is or was or a board member.
Mm-hmm.
I researched today. To my surprise, I didn't see Mr. Cummings, but I saw Charlene Bronskin. Charlene M. Bronskin, director, board on the board recently. She's one of the board. No, let me finish.
No, I said was a board member.
But let me finish.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, but you have your term. That's why I say was or is.
Now this is the current board member you are looking at.
Fagon, you will let me finish. I said was and I said or is. I was very, very straight up because this is important for Liberian to know. I want you now to tell us when Charlene came in, when Mr. Cummings got out, and where are we currently with this kind of transaction that we are seeing Charlene as a board member for this bank. And all the information will be coming for the Honorable Minister Eugene Lamin Fagon. Let's have this conversation. And I'm also saying that I think we got Remy. Good you join us, Remy Gray. You're looking sharp, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Fagon, I think you are not in your chair. Thank you. Remy going to do his intro when we get to him. But let me give you the time, Minister Fagon. Tell us about what I just put up here and my question to you.
I sent you yesterday not one piece, but two pieces where Cummings is listed there. The other one you can see there, even in erasing mark where they say, I be missing. But you see the structure there from the voucher, the one that says voucher. Yes, he was director of the board. He was. And he stepped down in order to pursue his presidential ambition. The records are there. Right now, they're trying to clean up all Cummings stuff, but we were able to screenshot it. Yesterday, you heard Isaac Atupa challenged me. And I said, well, if you challenge me on the time that he was around, he wasn't around when this happened and that happened. Well, I said, no. He was on the board of directors for Chevron Global. And then he was on the board of directors for Chevron Liberia from 2014 to his leaving to contest. Then I proved to him, you see right there, you see, somebody talking to you, but I can read it for people to see. On the top, you see a voucher to Alexander B. Cummings' presidency. And it tells you on April 16, and finally the director of RB Bank. And if you have opened it up, you will see where I sent you. And again, when he left from there, the information I gathered, digging deeper. So that's why I told Isaac, I said, Isaac, when it comes to researching and digging, don't ever challenge me. I stay up from 11 o'clock straight down to 5:30 before I close my eyes. And then I show him where, when he was for Chevron, which was brought in by the PAC group, that is the Pan-African Capital Group, that purchased this bank and purchased the West African Insurance Company and did a lot of other investments, including Buchanan Renewables. I send you all those things today. I send you the one from Fox News. I sent you the one from Bloomberg. So I'm not dealing with low-cost media. I'm dealing with the international media and the facts and the reports. I send you all of those. And then at the end of the day, what did you see? Why is Madame Salif pushing the narrative with Cummings for Charlene? Then I broke that down for you. Now, when Cummings left RB Bank, Estrada Bernard, the brother-in-law of my Ellen, the husband to Jenny Bernard, who is the sister to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the current board of director. Look there. Who do you see there? If you want to put it up again, it's Charlene Bromsky, the same PSC group. So imagine, there she is. What's her position? Just like Cummings, director. You look below her, you will see Abigail Ure. Abigail Ure on the board of directors. You guys are playing fun with the Liberian people. It's nothing can't somebody come and challenge me here. Go to Buchanan Renewables.
Let me hold you right there, Fagon. Who is before I break in? Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Don't argue with me. I said
Fagon, hold on 1 minute now. We can only talk one at a time. So pause. Before I bring in Remy Gray, who is Abigail Ure Miller?
We're still digging deep. There's only one group of Ure family in the country. If you're not from Ernest Ure, from Clemenceau Ure, from Benina Ure, the Ures are the Ures. They're from Carisburg. Where you find Ure? In Ima? In Burma? They're just there. So at the end of the day, be honest with you, she hasn't been my concern. But they fall within that realm of the people that wants to control the economy at all costs.
My last question to you
about this Pan-African group.
No, we will get there. We will get there, my brother. My last question to you before I bring in Remy Gray.
Somebody says she's the niece of Benina Ure. So they're telling you now. Benina Ure, only sister.
Somebody say, okay, niece, sister, she's related to Ure. Let me ask you this question. Seriously, Fagon, why now? Why you decided to bring this conversation up now?
Very good question. You remember when Jeremiah Kuhn came up, right? It was him a pass. That meant he did that they vetted that candidate. Of course, he passed the smell test. He's well acknowledged, acclaimed, and everything. Now, I told you all that next week, my focus will not be on Cummings. In fact, I will not see Cummings. I will not see any Cummings supporter. The battle now will be between President Weah and me, because I know at the end of the day, we know where we're going now. But you went after Boakai. You went after Kuhn. Why do you think they were going after these two people? I don't think it's because they hated them so much. But they believe Boakai was either in the first or the second spot, and they needed to get there. So they were trying to dislodge Boakai to be able to get to that position. Not we are. You say, why not we are? Who here watching the program don't know it was Ellen that made we are? What is Ellen trying to do? You always hear people say, why does Ma Ellen not want Boakai to be president? Echo, why? So some of us are investigating what we believe are some of the reasons why she don't want him to. And we are now looking at Rescue Liberia. So see what you're seeing. Kumis was the guy with a clean hand now, right? Now you see Kumis involved with the Pan-African Capital Group. He served on the board of directors. He served on the board of directors for Chevron. He has been involved with some of the deals. He was on the board of directors for IB Bank. All the deals that went on with the 66, quote-unquote, bogus agreements. He's tied to them through the Pan-African Capital Group. So you still want to ask some more questions? So we say no. He doesn't have that clean hands. He's been around. And we believe now that Ma Ellen told him to go and take Charlene. You see where Charlene is? The place he left from, that place Charlene is. Charlene is currently on the board of directors of the IB Bank. That is why Kumis is pursuing Charlene like that in your eyes. No, Kumis is not running behind Charlene. You heard Azebatuba told you lie. Kumis didn't even go there. It simply means Charlene and Kumis, IB Bank, board of directors, Pan-African Capital Group, 66 bogus agreement, all the yada yada yada. He doesn't need to run after her. They come from the same company. They are from the same company. He don't need to run. They were instructed to run together, and that's why we are here today.
And again, let me bring in my brother Ed Remy Gray. The reason why we're giving you enough time, because we are only 3 for now. We got to give Ed Remy Gray enough time to, I believe you've been doing research, Mr. Gray. These Liberians are hearing something to me. They are hearing something about this board of directors, hearing something about Chevron and Mr. Cummings, the IB Bank, and Mr. Cummings, the Charlene is now on the board, and and a lot of money business and a lot of bad deals coming up. A lot of bad deals coming up. As I read more and get this information, I'm afraid. I don't know what's happening, and I hope you guys can debunk if it is a lie. Debunk Fagon. Let me give you a time, my man. We are not many. Talk to us, Mr. Gray.
Firstly, my own research was geared towards looking at Ambassador Joseph Boakai's culpability in the 68, maybe a quote-unquote 66 bogus concession. Not a bank, not investment group, but that the ability to agree or disagree on some of those concessions were the direct involvement of Ambassador Boakai. But you can just see how very dull and how very draining this particular topic is, because there's no substance in it. Gentleman over there called Fangon is trying to blow some dog whistles. And because he has absolutely nothing, Fangon is the kind of guy, he feels he can take something from a starting point to an end point and it will make sense. And he's appealing to a group of folks who are extremely vulnerable. Why should somebody serving on the board of Chevron not beneficial to Liberia? Why would someone serving in an investment group will not be a positive thing for a country like ours? Why? Why should someone don't serve because they're coming to Liberia on a very meaningful night? He's talking about the foreign minister of Ghana and all of these kinds of influential people. When you're getting to power, these are especially the kinds of contact you should have. This is why we have a George Weah who is struggling today. We have a country where people fought for power. They describe other people's will to run the state effectively. They got there now. They have no clue how to even fetch money to help the country and the poor people. Now you are telling me that serving on Chevron board amounts to robbing, the Republic of Liberia. What sense in that? I mean, it's so draining for me. I mean, it's like low energy debate. Low energy debate. Why not tell us exactly how Ambassador Bassa is going to turn the economy around that will be left by George Weah? Why should I be paying attention to someone's bank record? In fact, serving on a board, if you know the function of a board, some boards are titular, meaning they really don't make the decision. They only cross-reference. And some structure, you have to have a board. This is not some of those boards are not decision-making boards. They are there and be laughing. That's why you should have done public administration.
No, don't be that right now. Let's talk about the issue, please.
No, there's no issue to talk about.
Leave him. Irami.
There is absolutely no issue to talk about.
Gray. Make your point. Don't look at him about him laughing, please.
No, he cannot, because that's why he should study public administration. Yesterday he came here and he distorted the fact that the code of conduct that guides the conduct of civil servants. You understand? He starts saying this is a different agency, an arm of government where taxpayer money is
Why
spent
don't we just take with
on
this
individuals.
Let him finish. We'll come to you. Let him finish.
Fangon, there is absolutely no discussion that you want to bring on the board. Let us talk about how Ambassador Bassa is going to turn the economy around.
Talk about it.
Fagon, I don't want to mute you, my brother. Let him finish. We are not that many. We will have our time to talk, please.
If you bring a debate on how Ambassador is going to find money for our country that is impoverished, and we'll begin to talk. Look, Madam Salif used other means Madam Salif and Bassa used other means to run our country, and people are saying direct foreign investment amounted to some $16 billion. That's quite a bit. And let us debate on how Ambassador Bassa was able to keep from that particular skill to help our country move forward. If somebody wants to come here and talk about, startup banana, this is all dead weight. Why are we dwelling on an issue that has no substance for me to come and sit down and waste my time? And this is 2 hours, 3 hours I'm spending when I'm supposed to be making more money.
Thank you. Great. It's important for us to be very clear here. These things, when they speak about your standard bearer, I think it will be wise to debunk. It will be wise to go against it. And there's an argument now on the street of Monrovia.
There's no argument.
Let me finish. I beg you. Let me finish, sir, please.
There's no argument.
Yeah, but I beg you, Honorable Gray.
Show me today's daily.
Honorable Gray, let me finish, please.
Honorable Gray, show me today's daily newspaper.
Gray, we will not interrupt each other. Let me finish, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I think it would be wise for us to go ahead and debunk this thing or prove it to be right, because I didn't know Mr. Cummings have a tie to the bank. I understood that he was at Chevron on the board, and everything else that is happening involving some major contract and agreement and money. If these people tie Mr. Cummings to it, and I think it's a serious issue. Fago, let me come back to you. I will give you your own time to speak, and then we will stay on this topic for a little bit. Then we'll move to the next one, because Irami is talking about Jose Yimambwaka. We'll give him this chance to bring up his own take on GMB. But let me come back to you, Fago. This thing about Ma Ellie, Madam President, Mr. Cummings, and now Charlene, all about this bank issue. You talk about the board, about Chevron, everything. You have your second round of conversation, my man. Liberians listening to you tonight. Let's talk.
Well, that's why when I have my podcast, I have the opportunity. I didn't have it because I was busy today. God saved my life. Tomorrow, all Liberians tuning to me, I will show you each and every document, whether from the Pan-African group or the Bloomberg or the Fox News, and will show you dates and times. That's why the Liberian people respect me. Capital Group was brought in by Pa Inje from Gambia, Stephen Cashin, a Liberian-born American, Ma Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, and Ken Ofori Atta, with the assistance of the financial analyst by the name of what? Alexander P. Cummins. What's the secret about that? They came to Liberia in 2007.
Can you say that again, please? Somebody's asking you. You connected comments in there too fast. You called my Ellen, you called the other folks. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
In 2007, Pa Makunda Nj of the Gambia, Stephen Cashin, a Libyan-born American, Ken Ofori Atta, he's now the current Ghanaian finance minister. I think he took over in January of, so they can look him up. And Ma Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You see the time they brought the bank, they acquired the bank, and they also, that's 2007, they also brought in the West African insurance company, the Insurance Company of Africa, sorry, RCA. You can see, there it is. RCA is Liberia's longest. All the people who get insurance, wow, they pump it through there. All the bogus agreement, it went through the Pan-African Capital Group. That's why today I sent you Picano Renewables. The millions of dollars they lake from the Liberian people, destroy their land, destroy their livelihood. It was an energy program of OPEC. Did I not send it to you? You can look at Bloomberg. You can look at whatever you have. I sent you all the documents. Cummins was a major player. Cummins was not only on the board of Chevron, but Chevron Liberia, Cummins was an independent member of the board. Go look it up. I sent that document to you too. What these people are doing when they have nothing to discuss, they discuss Alexander Cummins. We didn't cry. I mean, Jeremiah Kuhn. They said all kinds of things about Bassa. They couldn't prove it. We come with proof. From America, from England, we bring proof. Debate us now. Then he said, why you didn't study Masters in Public Administration? What I want got to do with the topic? Oh, okay. The man was on the board. You can't say that lie. Or the man on the board of Chevron is a pride to Liberia. What did Chevron do in Liberia? When he was on the board of Chevron, they went to go face JFK. What did they do there? They took our oil blocks. What did they do with it? He was there. Every day y'all tell us about 66 bogus agreement. We agree with you. We think that's a good debate. But who was president? And which group pushed the 66 bogus agreement? And where was Cummins at the time? Was he with the group? Those are the questions. Cummins was looking for a running mate. Having served on my Ellen Abbey Bank, Ellen instructed him, don't go further. We have to do what we have to do, maybe to protect our investment. So he goes for Charlene. How many Liberians knew that Charlene was on the same group, acquire Abbey Bank? How many? Did you know that? So it's the same circle. There she is. Charlene M. Bronsky, director. Currently, next to her on her right-hand side is Stephen Cashin, the CEO and founder, the Libyan American man. Have to do maybe to protect next to him is Pa Makunda Nj. And then when you go down, you see the other people. So Cummins and my Ellie, they still operating. They want everything to be in a circle. That is why over the last 6 years, they who brought all the investment to Liberia, they refuse for the investment to come. They refuse. And so the Liberian people suffer. Now they want to come back and continue. So we showed you all the evidence. Now, does anybody want to come? That Pa Makumba in J, that Stephen D. Cashin over there. Yes, Charlene there. Why they can't come and say, you're lying? You're lying. You're stealing. These people did not do this. Yeah, we got Buchanan Renewables. I send you all the documents. Not only from me, from Bloomberg, from even Fox News in America. See what they did to those people. Put some of the people picture up. And who was there? Who was there? Kumis. Kumis. So let him come and defend himself. Let him tell us what he knows. That's all we are asking. I will not cause Remy. If Remy said Joe Bagas, you can't tell him what he knows. I will not insult him or challenge his academic credentials. But when you come and we say, these are the things we got, your people need to speak to it. You start to, like people can say, you start to cost up. How does that
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Fagon. Let me give Remy the chance, but let's welcome Alpha Dika. Alpha Dika will come to you later. We would be very, very fair here to give everybody equal time. Honorable Remy Gray, go ahead, talk to us, my brother.
You know, this particular topic is so dull. It's so offbeat. It's so unimportant. I'm sleepy when Fangon is talking. Fangon, with all the exuberance, you see that he's running towards a dead end because you know what? This is a deadbeat. The fact about the matter, I even put in our chat room the function of the board to show you that it's titular. They oversee policy. This guy is trying to find something to nail Cummins and Madam Salif, as people who do business together. If we go back and look at the board of some of these corporations he's calling right now, like even Okar, Joe Baca was was member of that board. You understand? So that's why I say it is so unimportant. What is more important? These people got their contract through the tutelage and influence of Ambassador Boyka. He sat on the decision-making board at the Senate before each and every one of those contract or those investments he's talking about, those foreign direct investment he's talking about today, came into being. Now to go look at a man who served on the board, it's like a man serving on the board of FIFA. You understand? Somebody does something in a Liberian does something in FIFA, then you can't hold the board of director of FIFA. I mean of LFA. That's how it sounds. You understand? Even if the bank borrows you money, even if the bank invested in your economy, who controls that investment? Is it the board that approves you? So when you go to a bank and the bank gives you a loan and you mismanage the loan, is it the board of director of that loan of that bank organization you're going to hold responsible? That's why this is so meaningless and fruitless. I would expect that Fangon, who has all this exuberance, would spend something to remove Ambassador Boyka's culpability at the Senate in all of this. You telling me that the people who gave you money for your investment, this organization, the current administration don't have that contact. That's why they're not getting the loans. If they had the credit and the credibility, they would have been able to even bring loans. They don't have it. Now you're telling me that Alex has all this power, yet you distancing me. You're saying that even if somebody else is in power through Alex, those people will not be able to prosper. So you're telling me somebody has all this energy and power, yet you think they should not be president of your country. Rather, somebody who does not have power, who's going to be coming on the throne crying like baby again, that somebody's stopping them. That's the guy you're forcing on the Liberian people. So that's why I said this discussion is so deadbeat till it's boring to me, to be frank. If you want to bring somebody with influence, bring Cummings. If you think he has all this power to even stop the way administration from going forward, bring him. Now at the same time, the same mouth, you're accusing Madam Salif of being the one to bring George Weah into power. If Madam Salif had that authority, why can't she move for Georgia administration to get some money from the same bank. They don't have it. If Cummings has it, definitely bring him on board. People need movers and shakers, people who can bring money for our economy to get jobs, our economy to boom.
Thank you very
Don't
much.
bring somebody who's going to be crying again. Don't bring.
Thank you.
Yeah, bring somebody who can do the job.
We want to say thank you very much. Let me bring in Fadika. I was saying you were driving, going home from work. You've been following the show. You know exactly what we're talking about. This is in connection to the story Fagon put out yesterday about Mr. Cummings. And now, surprisingly, with all the research, Charlene is on the same board. She's a board member as well. Fagon dug deeper, and it's about the trade of money. You know, issues that is happening not only with Chevron, our energy that broke down the cow, and now we are talking about the IB Bank. Let's talk Fadika. Talk to us, because when you having this kind of conversation, Liberians listen, it's surprising to most people right now that the relationship that comes in with Madam Salif. Talk to us, Fadika.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at that. I've been doing some research too, but because of my busy schedule, I haven't actually looked at the details of what Fangon was saying. But what I do know is this: bad things happen under Madam Salif. There are some things now looking back. There's an article out there that was done by one of my good friends, Johnny Dwyer, the guy that did the American War Law. He wrote an article called Big Oil, Small Country. If you can find that article, it's still out there. Big Oil, Small Country. That article details some of the economic atrocity that was committed with then President Madam Salif. And I wouldn't be surprised that Cummings was on that board. I certainly wouldn't be surprised that Charlie is on that board. But it boils down to why are we here? Because for me, in as much as I'm tempted to indulge in this thing, my personal preference, what I prefer that we will turn this conversation into, look, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we should not allow Madam Sirleaf to control the narrative this time around. That I can agree with. We need to pin her down until this election is over. That I can agree with. If she wants to melt in our business, contrary to what her Mo Ibrahim Award and all those different things forbid her to do, then she needs to be dragged in the mud. But I found out who sat on board and what they did and what they didn't do. I don't know how it would change the narrative on the ground. When President Weah is still pillaging our resources, when the people are still hungry, all this boils down to the same infighting within the opposition. I pray and wish that the opposition by now would have graduated from this infighting and focus their attention. But the ANC and the CPP folk can't help themselves. They think that this giant that in the name of Ambassador Boyka is in their way, so they will do everything they can to slander his name. That's why they came with the 66 book or something. So when I see these other allegations, it's just to show the bigger picture is to show that, hey, don't bring about clean hands. Don't tell us about your clean hands. You got some dirt too. When we should be and making us to lose sight of what is at stake here, that we got a country to rescue. We have an economy. We have a government that is hell bent on breaking this election. They have corrupted the process. They have stolen the process. Look, election is not won on is not stolen on election day. The first thing you have to hijack the process. They have hijacked the process, and we could be fighting here. And at the end of the day, George will come blindside or and rig this election. So, as far as to speak directly to what is going on, I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. It's still bringing about this disunity among the opposition. I want us to focus on the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is President Weah and his band of economic terrorists, I want to call them. Because what do we tend to gain? We stand nothing to gain. And, you know, and I don't fault Fangon because that's the narrative that you guys are peddling. So people will be forced to fight back. I don't fault him. I'm not discounting it. Some of these allegations out there, like I told you, I gave you one article. If you read that article, big oil, small country, it says, oh, there's no article out there better than that article by the guy Johnny Dwyer. We're still friends on Facebook. He very knowledgeable about Liberia and what went on Ellie. But we are losing sight of what is at stake.
But let me hold you there, Fadika. Please allow me to hold you there, and let's welcome Asif. Asif, thanks for joining us. We'll get to you shortly. Fadika, this conversation must happen. We should have this kind of conversation, though. If someone accuses you, you either debunk the accusation, and, you know, to clear your name, or you allow it to fly. So I understand that you guys are calling for opposition unity, but for Fagon to go into the record and say Mr. Cummings and time Mr. Cummings as per the document we are looking at, that he served on the board of Chevron, on the board of Abbey Bank. Some other folks say he was director of Abbey Bank, and all those things. If people are making up those stories, don't you think now Charlene is on the board of Abbey Bank? Now the time that triangle, and, you know, Charlene, Mr. Cummings, my Ellen, you know, and everything else we are there, don't you think it's necessary to talk about? Though you are calling for opposition unity, Fadiga?
Oh, here's my point. Here's my point. How does this foster our agenda on come October 10th? And the reason why I'm not saying that it's not. I know where Fango is coming from. I know because I've listened to him before, and this is a way to push back. And there will always be pushback if these guys do not direct their attention at the main target and look at Ambassador Boyka as their target. Some of us will be forced to push back. And when we push back, it will come out this way. But I do not want us. Look, my dad used to always say this thing. He says, son, everything you do in life, do it fairly. Even if you're fighting another man, someone can blow you, take hammer and knock you on the head. That's overuse of force. That's overkill. Everything you do is always, he says, son, everything you do it moderately, but do it be fair. So I don't want us to murder each other to the point that we will not be able to recover. I understand. I'm not discounting what Fagon is saying. I got some real. Look, there was a publication that came out in the Panama paper that linked Ellen to so many things. A lot of people don't know that Ellen has Ghanaian citizenship. It was in the Panama paper when nothing came up. A lot of people don't know about the bank. That's so many things we know, but our main focus, I think we should dig deeper into Madame Salif and why she is hiding to the point that she will do everything to prevent Ambassador Boyka from taking power. Why did she turn this country? Look, we all know how we came here. We all know how George Weah became president. What is this woman hiding to the point that she will turn our country over to a bunch of individuals that made us to take a 360 degree and go way back to where we were in 1990 economically? So that should be our focus. Cummings, look, Charlie with Cummings, with everything, even if Omen Boyka was to leave from the race today, that's still not a slam dunk for Mr. Cummings at this point. When you got more to lose, we shouldn't be fighting. We should be brushing these guys off and moving on right now because they're just backing. They don't bite. Right now, where this string is heading, nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it.
I was trying to bring it. Listen. I understand your desire for the opposition unity, but when this thing come up, I like to be fair, give everybody equal time to address it, because to tell you the truth, a lot of.
Let me repeat it. Big oil, small country. If you have never read it and you want to know what happened on Ellen, if you need Johnny Dwyer number, I can ask him. I can make it available to journalists because he's a journalist and one of the people that you will talk to that wrote that. He wrote the story about the American warlord, about Chucky Taylor. He wrote that story. Johnny Dwyer. He was there with Tim Hutchinson in Liberia.
Okay, so we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that article. Let me bring in Isaac, while we wait for Fagon. Isaac, thanks for joining us. You're hearing enough. You can pivot. You can speak on what Fagon is saying. Indeed, we all will be respectful to defend our own political leaders and not to disrespect each other because it's a fair game. And I think we should respect each other's opinion. So let me just come to you, the conversation, or have your 2-3 minutes, Isaac. You are muted, Isaac.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm going to spell the word economics, or you can spell the word finance, or you can understand global transactions, or you understand.
He comes with an attack on Fagon again. You come with an attack on Fagon.
Fagon must say, all of that. 2 people you will have to fight you.
Am I protected? I will beat Fagon like small like sausage. Am I protected?
Fagon. No, hold on, Isaac. Fagon, after we leave Isaac, we'll come to you. But indeed, we should be respectful of each other's opinion, guys. Let's have a clean conversation tonight, please.
It's a simple question. Because I don't understand the point is Fagon is making. 2, the documentation he claims he has provided. 3, how it affected our economy. Nothing factual. Just he grasping in space for information. So I don't understand it. And even you to say, oh, because Charlie on the board. What does it mean if Charlie and Comey's on the board of an institution? What does it mean? I'm asking you, Stanton, what does it mean?
Well, you got to finish talking, man. Stop asking questions, and everybody will have the time to respond to you.
No,
finish
you
with your
can
3 minutes.
ask questions, but somebody can ask you questions. Like what you saying?
Listen, Isaac. Isaac,
yeah.
You have your time. Finish up.
Okay. So my thing is, you guys are just going up the wrong trail completely, off base with what's relevant to be discussed with regards to what's actually happening with the country. Eugene was in the chat room, in the CDC, MCC chat room, where when we were talking about getting a benchmark in terms of doing whether that process audit, whether that financial audit, whether that situational audit, they were there saying I was witch hunting because I was asking for us to get an understanding of what happened in the Ellen government. It's pathetic that today the same individual is talking about Ellen this, Ellen that. So let him lay out his story. Let him put his facts sequentially. Let him put the characters and actors who he's accusing in terms of whatever this diabolical relationship is supposed to be. Then somebody can address it. But he talking about 66 or 68 concessions that were actually from like 2011 to 2013 in that time span, right? Having some relationship to Mr. Cummings being on Chevron board from 2014 to 2016, and then afterwards 2016 being on IB. I mean, I don't understand the connection. I don't understand the financial transactions he's referring to, and then I don't know whether he thinks those investments, all those people who wherever investment had to come to Liberia, they just brought it and put it in IB Bank, and the people just stole it out of the bank. I don't even understand what his understanding is of what he's trying to say. And that is the key problem. You know, he's just trying to make up stories and be creative. I thought he would have been there last night based on the way he said it was after his life. And just all this thing about people trying to kill him. Who just trying to kill you like this? So let's try to be realistic and substantive on this platform if we want to say something. There's nothing wrong with you guys coming with a pro-UP, pro-Joseph Boyka position. Because if we want to go ahead as opposition, we can tear all that stuff apart easily. We'll use only Fagon own recording. I will not say a word. You are not share Fagon recording there with you. He talked about Joseph Boyka's age, his incapacity, his health, his lack of achievement, his fake education profile. He does not have any agricultural credentials. All those things that Fagon saying there about Joseph Boyka. So I asked him what has changed. He can't tell me what has changed because he demonized Joseph Boyka to that point. So I just need to understand. Let Fagon make his case logically. As a matter of fact, let him put it on paper. Let's see the sequence. then it will make sense. Otherwise, I can't speak to anything that just somebody just grabbing things out of the air. So that's an irrelevant point. Let's move
Thank
on
you.
about Mr. Cummings' position or his agenda. Says I don't see anything substantive coming from.
So as if I talk about again, I will remind you, we are having the show not for as a vibe, but for the public. Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone come up to accuse, to denigrate your standard bearer and to tie your standard bearer to issues that is so relevant as per their opinion, and you want to dismiss it and say you have not seen anything and we should move on, I believe we'll give the audience that opportunity to hear us all. Well, if we ask questions, I didn't know Charlene Brunskin were on the board of Abbey Bank. I didn't know. Thank you. So we must appreciate Fagon for telling us. So I think it's very important for the Liberian people to know. So you didn't know, I didn't know, at least appreciate Fagon effort because he have just opened your eyes. Excuse me, my brother, excuse me. We will not interrupt, and we love you on the show, but we're not interrupt. It may be irrelevant to you, but a lot of folks out there appreciating because Fagon is creating something that we need to hear. And if you want to debunk him and asking for facts, that would be appropriate to do so. But let's move to Fagon and let's do another roundtable because now you guys are bringing on the Jose Yima Barca conversation. It's a fair game. You can bring it on. Then we'll go to President Josh Manor. We had as well. Honorable Fagon, you have your turn, sir.
Thank you, Stanton. Let me say to the Liberian people, whenever I get people to personally attack me, they surprised I died last night, I this and that and the other. That's not the issue yet. I have a vast experience in this thing, and I demonstrated it in Liberia during my service in the government for 3.5 years, playing in the midfield. I will not be distracted. You want to compare a man who was running a corporate institution with a man who was the second running a country? You want to compare a man who was discussing a product like Coca-Cola to a man who was caring for a group of people? You want to compare a man that was in a system in Europe and America and Africa compared to a man that was catering for the general welfare of his country and people? You want to compare a man whom you say, was 30 years away from the country compared to a man that spent 40 years in the country working? You want to compare a man who struggled with a lifestyle to a man who has lived an exemplary lifestyle? You want to compare a man who was invited by Ellen to a man who became a co-worker to Ellen? You want to match a man who apologized to many Liberians for what he didn't do to a man who has said he's done? Even Sawyer came and said, that man is innocent. And he explained the story. Now, you want to say that he presided over 66 bogus agreements. And then when we come up and say, okay, you have made the accusation, let's go dig. And we digged. This show does not allow me.
There's no ED to dig, you dug.
No, I didn't say ED.
Don't, we will not do the English today.
I didn't say ED.
Don't be distracted, Fagon.
You will not distract me.
Yeah, this guy. Isaac.
He will not distract me.
Gentlemen, let's stop, man.
I know Isaac game. I've been playing the game before Isaac. Isaac was not Deputy Minister for Press and Public Affairs during the heat of everything. I was. He cannot distract me. He know I hate him. But I sent you from Associated Press, AP. I sent you from Fox News. I sent you Bloomberg. They see Isaac and say, oh, Chevron was not there. Now he say, oh, Chevron from 2015 to 2016. You say, oh, I see the man on the boat. I just send you the main thing. Even you go to Wikipedia, they get him there. You go to Wikipedia, they get him there. As member of the board of directors.
He should not lie.
Now,
but Isaac, you're not interrupted, brother, though. Isaac, tonight we have a good conversation.
Let me
interrupt.
2 minutes over.
No, it's not 2 minutes.
You
Everybody
come in 2
talking
minutes when you
freely.
spoke
We're
for
not
almost
stopping
10
anybody.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
we will give you up to 4 or 5
you
minutes
guys,
to talk.
what we are going through right now, you guys are fighting for the first or the second spot. Now, you know either George Weah or Omen Parker has. But you didn't call for George Weah. You have never, let the Liberian bear us witness. You come for our candidate. Now we went to go deep. We find it surprising. You heard about Buchanan Renewables? And you want me to send you everything on it? You made a statement here just now that the people brought an investment. They didn't use the Liberian people money. Come on. At the end of the day, what happened? Buchanan Renewables, I just sent it to you. I'm going to cut a part of the report and give it to you.
Thank you.
What did they do to our people? They took their land, they stopped their fire co business, they hurt some of them, and they stole the money. They stole the money. And the report is there from the U.S. government. So at the end of the day, Stanton, let me tell my colleagues here. We know you want to be in first or second spot, but we never see you attack George Weah. Next week, we'll bring the ball to George Weah door. But let me say for the records, anytime you attack Honorable Joseph Newman Boakai, you can go play all your tape about Fagon. You're the former chairman of CDC USA. We used to have debate with you. You work for CDC, you work with CDC, and at the end of the day, you had things to say. But today, Isaac, you are behind Kumis. So it's the same with me. When I work for CDC, I have my things to say. Today, I'm behind JMB. You are behind Kumis. So where are we? So you can go play your tape. I will play what I'm playing now, and that is the truth. So tomorrow, I will line up all the different facts and show it to the Liberian people, the website.
Okay.
Not tomorrow, I guess on yeah. So if you want, let me get you 6 right now.
We will come back to you. You can send it to James because I want to bring in Remy Gray. I like the fact that we're doing plus and minus here. The ANC and the UP supporter, you will have your own argument. Fagon, before I bring in Remy Gray, let me ask you a question though. And say I'm not getting the answer. Help me and help our folks that send us this question. Fagon.
And just for the record, Pan Africa Capital Investment Group is the parent company, the parent, P-A-R-E-N-T, of the investment bank, all right, in Liberia, and also the international insurance company, the insurance company of Africa. So anything Kumis play around there, Kumis was part of the problem. Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, no. You're trying to get to my question. Can you read this? I'm not seeing it too clearly. Can you read this?
Pan-African Capital Group, LSC, is at the forefront of investment banking services to the African markets. PACG leverages its pool of permanent capital to make direct investment in financial services companies, participate in private equity funds, and work with African and global clients to advise on structured lending, corporate finance, and other transactions in sub-Saharan Africa. Currently, Kumis serves on the board of CARE and Clark Atlanta University, and he is a board member of the South Carolina Johnson & Son Incorporated, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Consolidated, a member of the NASDAQ Executive Leadership. Onward, he served as board member of the African American Institute, Chevron Africa, the Corporate Council of Africa, and the U.S. Egypt Business Council, on the advisory board of the African Presidential. Continue.
The last one, James is putting it up, and it's very important for us to get. Do you have that last one? Because I want Liberian before I go to Remy. And Remy, I really need you to respond, but I just want James. James, can you please put them all, please? It's very important if you do so.
James Holiday. Chevron
I want folks to see this. But go ahead, Fagon, make your point real quick. My question to you, you are now tying Charlene, Mr. Cummings, my Ellen. Liberians listen to you tonight. What wrong have they done, Minister Fagon? Just because they serve on the board?
No.
Charlene and Cummings, can you help
No.
us? Help me understand the wrong they have wronged the Liberian people. Help me understand, please.
We heard about 16 billion foreign direct investment. Doesn't mean it can't rule. When my Ellie took over in 2007, she brought this company with EJ, Cashing, and Ken Oforiata. They made it like a sole proprietorship to run everything around Liberia. So at the end of the day, you say, what wrong have they done? My two good friends on the panel continue to barrage me with the idea of 66 bogus agreements tied to my candidate. Well, the fact is, my candidate could not vote, but he presided over the Senate. And they have the right to vote, they decide. So I wanted to know who was behind all this investment. And then I found out who were the people behind it. 4 of them. Who invited Cummings? Was he just invited like that? No. We know how Cummings came. Every Liberian knows. So then I decided, okay, let me see if Cummings is linked to this thing. Digging deeper, find out that Cummings was linked to Pan-African Capital Group. No doubt. Whether through Chevron or RB Bank, they're the parent companies. Then I said to myself, but then, that the people with the 66 bogus agreement. Then I asked myself, but who was the president? Then Ellen name came out. Then I asked myself, but why have Cummings selected Charlene? Then I went to dig deeper. The board that Cummings served on, the parent company is PSCG. Then Charlene show up too on the same board. So you ask me, what wrong have they done? The answer is simple. I send you Buchanan Renewables. Look at the complaint to the U.S. government. Look at the U.S. government reaction. Look at the monies that were stolen. Look at how they left the people. The pictures and everything. That just Buchanan Renewables. We ain't go to the 3 All Blacks yet. And the Chevron deal. He was on the board. What did he do? All these screw-up investments through the Pan-African Group and this investment bank, what role did he play? All I'm asking, Cummings, come and talk to us. Tell us what you know. I'm not accusing him. Come and talk to us. Tell us what you know. Maybe he can come and say, all I think I know nothing about it. I was just there. When the people talking are sleeping. If the data team behind my body, just put my name there. Come and talk to us.
So Fagon, moving to just 10 seconds real quick. You're not seeing Cummings' hands in the cookies jar.
I say he's still up, but his company then stole our money and he was on the boat.
Okay. I'm going to leave it right there and we'll come back to you.
I'm accusing the institution that he worked for and being a Liberian citizen, well respected. Come and tell us what you know.
Thank you very much, Honorable Fagon. Honorable Gray?
And again, my brother, if Liberia is going to move forward, you need individuals that will be able to bring investment to that country and provide job and help our economy to move forward. And we're saying if a government does not have the capacity to liquidate our investment opportunity, our economy, then they're wasting the Liberian people time. Right now, to speak, that same bank, matter of fact, has a $20 million investment under this weird administration. You understand? Whether or not Cummings is on the board, it will be because Madam Seliff was able to help that company to stay. And that's exactly what you need in a president. Somebody who can go and bring the goods. Now, how people manage their investment is exactly what that group does. That Pan-African group advises, not approve, but advises investment opportunities. Like I'm a stockbroker, right? Someone gives me their money to invest. I look for the best stock option to put that money in. You understand? My role is to say, hey, put your money here, put your money here. That's what banks do. When they give you investment, when they give you loan opportunity, they probably may not serve as your advisor. You need to go and look for a financial advisor to help you better position your money. They'll approve you if you have the requisite credit. To say someone serving on a board means they are running an entire country. Doesn't sound, like it's coming from somebody like Fangon, because as far as I know, that's why I say he's scouting for. You're trying to pick license from your head with one finger. It's not going to happen. You need both. So what he's trying to do is, when he says Madam Salib, there was a Madam Salib JMB government. So the real Ambassador Buckeye of the the investment of Liberia, those 66 bogus concessions, and Peniel Madam Salif, when JMB was who, matter of fact, would come from the Senate where those loans are approved, whatever loans, and he goes to Madam Salif and say, hey, this is the investment that is going on that will debated at the Senate today. I think this is good. This is not good. This is bad. And Madam Salif will rely on his advice and take an executive decision. That has nothing to do with whether or not the bank will review your credit. That's what banks do. They review. If it's an investment bank, it's even better. It's clear, unless somebody does not know what a bank does or an investment group. So they'll be making molehill out of whatever it is. What is it? What is it? Fangon, what is it? Is it trying to really drive us to? Let us know. The thing about loud talkers, they shout. So people see action moving and they think something is. But listen to the detail. The devil is in the detail. I have not been able to capture the devil out of this detail that Fangon is trying to paint until he does. Like Iva Togba said, Iva is more a financial person than even some of us. And to come up and be making noise that, this person served. Look, if Charlene serves on a board right now, oh man, that gives her more premium. Because you know what? I want you to tell me that Jamal Kun serves on a board, an international organization board, big company that will be able to provide the investment. And who knows, maybe Charlene is the legal attorney. She's a corporate lawyer. If somebody is your legal attorney, why are you going to go tie them? That's why I said this is unsubstantial. We're not going to waste our time on this, because you know what? Tell me what Ambassador Buckeye arrest going to do for the people of our country. Tell me exactly what is the role, how to be able to find the money that will fund some of these initiatives. Don't come tell me about something Madam Salif and Buckeye ran jointly, and whether it was good for us, whether it was bad. We can talk about it later in passing, but I can tell you that's not where I'm going to waste my energy on, because today is fast spent, my brother. I'm not going to sit down here and be talking
Thank
about
you.
IB Bank and all of that stuff.
Thank you
Let
very much.
Pamela find a way how JMB will fund some of the programs that he has in his arrest platform.
Thank you very much, Connor Gray. Fadika, do give me your closing on this conversation, because we have to talk about the Eugene Lane Nagbe interview today. So give me a closing on this, Fadika.
Yeah, I won't dwell much on this. Look, everybody knows it's becoming an open secret that Madame Sirleaf is up to her trick again. We all know that I know that from a well-placed source that Cummings is heavily involved with the Sirleaf. I know that he talks to Robert Sirleaf. I know that Robert Sirleaf is heavily involved in this election, bankrolling some.
Fadiga, sorry to interrupt you. I don't want to do it, but Cummings is that man of himself. Why everything about Cummings you guys will carry back to Madame Sirleaf, as if to say Madame Sirleaf breed out Cummings, as if to say Cummings cannot make this decision, he cannot do the swishing and swapping, he cannot do stuff as a presidential candidate. It must be Madame Sirleaf leading him on.
The reality here is Cummings is a man that is still struggling to find his footing in this nation, in his own country. Cummings have been out of the country for long. Even though he's finding it still difficult to assimilate, he's still finding it difficult. Look, when I said the other day that Cummings were culturally ignorant, I mean it. He's still haven't understood the political culture in Liberia. And I think that way nobody can question Cummings' competence or whether he will make a good president. I mean, nobody know who want to be a good president. We can only take a bet in something. The notion that this person is something that God sent to say, no. We can only take a gamble or have faith that hope that it would be the best. But nobody, I've never seen anything in a platform, certainly not anything in a leadership staff, given the way he has ran the CPP, to suggest that he would be a better candidate for Liberia. And the more I think about it, I'm starting to have doubt on so many other things based on
seriously
the way
speaking. Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that Cummings just only follow Madame Sirleaf?
No, I don't.
Do you think that this thing about Charlene Bronskin and Mr. Cummings want to be president is all Madame Sirleaf? Seriously, talk to Liberians tonight.
I do believe that Madame Sirleaf have her hand in it, and there is why. Look, a couple of weeks ago, I got something from a very well-placed source that told me that Cummings were meeting with Robert Sirleaf, and I feel very uncomfortable when I see Cummings around the Sirleafs, especially Robert and his mom knowing what to do. Look, how we arrived at this point, we all know what happened. This is a madam that was leaving from power because she feared of what might have happened if Ambassador Boyka had become president. Look, and every time people want to tie Ambassador Boyka with most of the things, but look, you can use just common sense of inductive reasoning just to know how we arrive at this point and why it is becoming glaring that Madam Sirleaf is in this thing. When we came to 2017, it is highly unusual to see a presidential incumbent now leaving the scene and do not raise the hands of her VP. There should be some reason why. There should be some reason why Ellen wouldn't try to protect her legacy, but to give the country over, turn the country over to one of the least competent person in the country, just so that they can confuse the country so much that everybody have forgotten about what she did. We all know what happened when
I beg you, let me hold you there because folks are asking. No, I'm not cutting you off. I want you to flow, but you said something that Mr. Cummings went back here. He met Robert Sirleaf.
Yep.
No, because people are asking why would Mr. Cummings now having that engagement to the mother and not meeting the son, and this Cummings and the Sirleafs.
Ellie and Robert. Look, Robert has been the one to do Madame Sirleaf dirty work. He was operating as a de facto president of Liberia. So everything that should have gone to his mom went to him, or funneled through him. So Robert Sirleaf is still in play. Look, there were Senate probe in 2013 that suggested that bad things happen at local. After the LSTC and the GSC report, we even had a Senate probe. So things happen, but because Ellen was so influential and powerful, nothing really did happen. And in order to seal the deal, what Ellen did, Ellen plays key figure like Eugene Nangwe, few other people that George Weah inherited. Not because they wanted it, but because it was part of the package deal. My brother, if you look at the election, it was no mistake that Ellen was removed from the section from the UP. These guys know it. Who said they don't know it? There is a good reason. Isaac should know. They don't mind them pretending. By that time, he was at the front and center of the CDC. He know how they won that election. If Ellen did not want this guy to win, by now we'll be talking differently. You put her foot on the scale and tip the balance of power.
But that's the early in the job. We passed there. It's gone 6 years. Let's talk about the reason. No. The reason why I said no, the reason why I said we passed there because Ava is having that connection problem. I really want to bring him in. But I want to stick with you real quick for Dika. It's important to understand that. Why are you tying comics to the Salifs? What benefit it is for Liberians that you telling comics since he came 2016, he Madam Salif also child. I mean,
well, they brought him. Look, nobody knew about coming. We woke up one morning, we saw a man called Alexander Cummings. Barely nothing new about him. It's just I was in America, but then when Cummings came on the scene, I had spent I think probably 10 years in America, 10 or a little over 10 or 12 or 14 years. And through all that time, I never heard about him. How I heard about Alex Cummings, we used to run issue in the press a year. Somebody had contacted me from I can't remember the guy name, but from here said, "Oh, you guys gotta go meet Cummings. We gotta go meet." They were arranging a hotel for us to go. I didn't go. I don't know whether Algeria went, but I didn't go. And then he came here. They had that something that he showed his American passport, and that was it. And we never met until a couple of years later, and we met. So he gradually came on the scene. The next thing he went to Liberia. Ellen gave him one of the nation's highest honor. That was introducing him to the Liberian people. That is how he came on the scene. And even when we thought that Mr. Cummings wouldn't have run during the election, somehow everything that we knew about him, about his citizenship at that time, and all those other things were well watched. He was on the ballot. He did what he did. We found out that he was a Liberian. We got to know about him. And he's still trying to find his way, but he needed someone to introduce him to the political culture in Liberia. And who did that? Ellie. It is glaring. It's not a secret.
Let's bring in Ava. Let's bring in Ava. Please just think about this question. We'll come back to you. Is it a bad thing to hang out with the Salifs in our country right now? Is it a dangerous thing? Is it so detrimental to everyone or anyone's political career? I will come back to you while you ponder on that question for Dika. Isaac, I know you're in and out with your internet. Talk to us if you can. If you're hearing us, talk to us, Mr. Tuba. And then we'll move on to the Jose Yima Bwaka after you are done, sir.
So it's just clear that Eugene has no issue of Mr. Cummings doing anything. All he said supposedly is Mr. Cummings was on the board of this company. So he associated with XYZ people. Okay, so again, he's assuming too that those 66 other 68, companies. You did Joseph Baka sign those concessions? Do you know he signed them or not?
The day you get ready to interview me, come to interview me. But serve as a panelist today. Then when you come as an interviewer, we'll do that.
I don't know if Papa signed the concession there or not.
But I can do my research while you can do your own. And I caught your man hand with all the BB company that rob us.
Okay. So Eugene is making accusations, right? So let him tell us how those companies robbed us for one. Two, he's saying those investments seem like everybody investments come to only Abbey Bank. Let him show how much investment or deposits those people made to Abbey Bank. He said the people stole our money. Let him tell us exactly what they stole, how they stole it. Because otherwise, it's just baseless. It's just innuendos and suggestions that come from nowhere. Seriously, when Madam left power, when she was transitioning, I thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to restart our country. I was one of the most vocal critics of Madam for the corrupt acts that went through her government. Okay, I still stand in that position today. I was in class with my Anseli, 2 sons, one on Caroline and one at CWA, Robert at CWA, and James on Caroline. It does not matter for me. It's for the right thing for Liberia. Friendship or family will not come ahead when it's about Liberia. But Anseli ran a very corrupt regime. We thought we were bringing change. I had no idea of whatever connection relationship they were with going on with Madam Sally and George we are there. So from day one, when you see the corruption and stuff, and we're talking about it, and when we're talking about, we need to audit the past government so we can know what we inheriting, what we this, and you see key people in the CDC talking about how about you witch hunting a woman to do an audit to establish a baseline, they were calling it witch hunting. That's when my antenna was raised, that we're onto something different. And we fought in that chat room. You can testify whether that was the Iboma loan that they were trying to seek, that false loan, whether that was the Eton loan, whether that was the 16 billion, whether it was the 25 million map up. Eugene was right in that chat room when Samuel Toy was pushing his voodoo economics and those stupid concession. Concession agreement, you can call him that. He was there. He knew what my position was. Okay? So for us to sit here today and be trying to make it look like, somebody was pro Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, no. If I am aware, that TRC decision for her to stay out of Liberian politics for 30 years was going to hold. She put that on the shelf. We fought against it. Okay? So when people talk about Balanceli, the Wea government refused to investigate her. They refused to bring the economic crimes court. Okay? So the speculation is just there about Ellen. Just how Prince Johnson, okay, somebody who sat there while Doe was being murdered, somebody who used tribal identity, like they're all friendly, we all the same people, we country people, to fool Doe to leave on the barrel and come to the port so he can chop his ear off and kill him. The same tribal politics he's using today to get close to Boyka, and who knows what will be the result of that with his godson, now Boyka candidate. So for those kind of people to be involved in our politics, they should not be involved in our politics. That's why I'm still a hardcore.
Can I ask you a question, Isaac? I want to ask you a question.
You said no asking question.
If you don't want to answer, I've been asking question. I'm the moderator. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. It's up to you.
Once you call Prince Johnson, then we'll get
Can I ask you?
I will answer.
Can I ask you a question? Because Fadiga said that he received information. I don't know whether it's true. It's Fadiga was saying that Mr. Cummings met.
No, whatever Fadiga bring you, it had to be factual.
And he said Mr. Cummings met. Let me finish, gentlemen. And he said Mr. Cummings met Robert Sirleaf. Now, my question to you, Isaac, you have said that, well, they should have given Madam Sirleaf the 30 years as per the report, the TRC report.
Right.
Okay. You've been fair. Is it an issue of any one of the political leaders today, Joe, Cummings, Boyka, and the rest of them? Is it an issue if any one of them meet any of the Sirleaf, the son, the ma, any one of them? Will you frown on that?
I don't see it as an issue. They are intimately involved with our politics. I don't know about Robert because I haven't really seen him involved. I know Madam Sirleaf makes comments now and then. Okay, she still get interviewed about the country, so she's involved in the politics. Got her politics, people who work with her, people who she trained. They stay all around government. She made recommendations for some people to be in CDC government. I expected Vanny Sirleaf to be at Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs, yep.
In that way, do you think I expected Bassa Finlay to be Minister of Foreign Affairs? No, I never expected those appointments. But it was obviously a compromised CDC.
So you don't have a problem if a political leader stay engaged in them, that family?
No, as long as they are not like accused of. Just I don't have a problem with Prince Johnson engaging Boyka. I feel that he's right to do as much as I believe he should be tried for war crimes. Okay, I mean anybody can engage anybody. That's the democratic right.
Okay, I mean you've been fair. I just wanted us to end on that note because indeed Liberians need to hear this. A lot of folks on your end will criticize PYJ, the Jeremiah Kuhn, but you've been fair because Madam Salif, they are Liberians. They got folks. You can take it down, James, please. Let me finish up with Abad. I won't give him the time to finish up. So I appreciate your answer. You want to conclude? Then we go to
Yes. Thank
if I go.
So again, I would say if we would raise accusations of we try to conspiracy or draw a line with different activities, let's have solid lines of engagement and connection to those things. But you cannot look at people bringing a foreign investment and just assume those 66 or 68 concessions or those 68 concessions that took all the money to Abbey Bank stole it. If you're saying Abbey Bank stole Liberian people money, tell us how they stole the money. The first thing is when you talk about those concessions, that's $60 billion of investment. 16 billion never came to this country. Okay? Those people had it on paper. They actually leveraged the fact that they were a Liberian or company in Liberia. And whatever money they made, they took it out, just put a little bit back. They never brought original investment money into the country for it to be 16 billion. You can ask anybody who understands the economics.
But your man comments what we're doing. He was a financial analyst.
He's about to finish. Forgot he about to finish. Let try to protect each other. Finish up, Mr. Topa.
So again, when somebody don't understand the roles in financial institutions, that's the noise they make.
Thank you.
The man is on the board, and supposedly you're probably for Chevron, you're part of the audit committee. It's all available. Okay, and I have shared Mr. Comey bio all over. I definitely knew that. So for him to act like I was there asking questions about Chevron there.
So let me ask you a question. I beg you, if I'm going to give me 10 seconds, let me ask our brother Isaac this question. If you are on the board, right? You probably you understand this better than I do, and I do believe that you understand it better than I do. These documents come across your decks, right? They must inform you as a board member. Those agreements
of operation.
Yes.
I don't think so. The board convenes probably once a quarter, okay, to get a high level informative of what the company has done during that
so
time.
let me help you, and maybe you will help me understand with my question.
Okay.
If you are on the board, right? If you are on the board or board member, make an appointment, CEO appointment, okay? CFO appointment, that should come through. It should pass in front on the desk, the board member desk, correct?
It all depends on the kind of board, whether it's their part of their responsibilities to approve or search for CEO.
But they would be in the know whether you needed them to approve or not, correct?
Okay, the other way, obviously they would inform the board.
Okay, talking about huge transaction, international partnership, engaging other country, engaging other big investors coming into the country. The board must be aware, correct?
Not in the decision making in terms of operation.
But they must be aware, though.
Quarterly or that annual meeting, they are informed.
They are informed. So if for any reason we have financial problem with the organization, with the corporation, huge amount of money in the millions, the board is also aware. Am I correct?
If there are problems, the board should be aware. And
thank you very much.
So my question to you, what are these agreements that this Abbey Bank or what corporation were having that Mr. Cummings was be aware of?
No, I'm not pointing this on Mr. Cummings. I'm trying to educate our fellow Liberians here as to the work of the board members.
Okay.
Thank you very much. If I go finish up on this, and we got to go to the phone line, and I got to bring in Remy before the phone line. We'll do a rhyme to be fair on what is on Remy mind and what is on Azebatuba mind. Maybe they want to move to another conversation real quick, gentlemen. We'll be going to the phone line. Honorable Fagon, please.
Can you put my remaining stuff up from the people website? Why you're hiding it?
What are you asking for? Direct James.
I was reading the first things I was reading from the Capitol ahead. The last thing there. Okay. We start to the African Presidential, right? Archives and Research Center and the Center for Global Developments. Commission on U.S. Policy Towards Low-Income, Poorly Performing States, LIPS. Further, he served as board member of the Sabati Community Center in Minneapolis, USA, independent director of Chevron Corporation from 10 December 2014 to April 2016, and finally as director of International Bank IB Liberia. Currently, you look at the other one, it says Kumi served on the board of CARE and Clark Atlanta. Also, he is a board member of the SC Johnson & Son Incorporated, Coca-Cola, yada, yada, yada. What they call. Now, before you put this one up, maybe I say yeah, but Buchanan Renewables. But the website will be put up so you can go and read. So Buchanan Renewables educated Liberian people again. On January 27, 2015, the Associated Press reported after an investigation that on paper, the pitch was simple. A green energy company backed by $217 million in U.S. government loans would convert one of Africa's poorest countries into the world's first biomass-driven economy. But the plan to help Liberia collapse and make questionable business decisions and oversight. The company, Buchanan Renewables, dismissed 600 workers and left the country and made complaints of workplace injuries, environmental harm, and at times sexual abuse. I take you to this quickly from the investigation. Quote, from the start, an investigation by the Associated Press found OPEC support for the power project in Western African country of Liberia was marked by questionable scrutiny and deep political links. Even for ostensibly philanthropic projects meant to aid the world's poorest, corporate opportunities and profits can intersect with family and business ties amongst Washington's political elite. We put a website up for us and then to go read. This is 2015. That just one. From there, I will put a Fox News on up. From there, I will put Bloomberg on up. Fagon, where are you going with this? The company brought in by Madam Salif, Pa Makumba Inje of Gambia, Madam Salif of Liberia, Mr. Stephen Cashin of the United States, although of Liberian descent, and Ken Ofori-Atta, who is currently Ghana's financial minister. That company became the parent company for IB Bank and the Africa Insurance Company. But more so, under Madam Salif's presidency, whether it's Chevron, whether our oil, whether our other investments, Kumis, in the last half of the game, they brought him in to play Murphy. He played Murphy. After I put all this thing out to the people tomorrow, all the website, I get more, like the Panama paper and other things, I will leave Kumis alone. And then I will turn to George Weah. But I want to say to the Liberian people, the reason for me going after Kumis is because Kumis and his supporters believe that they had to remove George Weah or Owen Joseph Boakai, which is fair in my opinion. If you see my hand, I say it's fair. But then, now one day, they went after George Weah. Every day that JMB, if I ever catch you near that topic with JMB again, the one I will bring outside again, it will not be small. That one will cross carpet. I will leave you now. There you hear the warning. I will leave you, and tomorrow I will put all the links so nobody can hold me. But leave Boakai alone, I will leave your man alone. Go for Boakai, I will come for Kumis. If we want to sign the truce, we'll sign the truce. But we're up for the tax. So
Thank you very much, Fagon. Gentlemen, we got to go to the
that's my
full line.
position.
I'm going to give last word to Reverend Gray. We must be going to the
You said
full
you're
line,
making a
gentlemen.
round. You said you're making a round for us to
We're going
respond.
to do this thing under 2 minutes. Let everybody have the 2 minutes real quick.
Charles,
Reverend, go ahead.
Charles Young says he's a strong supporter of Kumi's, but from what he's seen now, he's convincing.
You know, if anybody wants to, Spoon, can you just mute yourself? I think I'm getting a feedback. If anybody wants to say the source that provide some investment opportunity for a country, those who serve on the board, if you want to hold them accountable for how those people manage those investment that they obtain from those organizations, it's laughable. There is a smoke screen here that this guy is trying to set that has no basis. Firstly, if I'm going to ask any research question, I'll ask people who came from down the line as boy and girl, friendly, very friendly, went to school, were friends from down the line. And when Madam Sirleaf was becoming president, she looked nowhere. She said, you know what, this is my buddy. Let me bring him on board. And she went to work and brought Ambassador Buckeye on board. It was her who breathed life into Ambassador Buckeye once more. After he had been disgraced, either by the interim government, after he was fired by the Doe administration, all of this past, Madam Sirleaf overlooked that and brought him on board and resuscitated him once more. If Madame was living and she could not look to her friend, my question would be, why? Why are you so afraid now when people are aligned with Madame Sirleaf? You had your time. You should have been able to leverage when she was leaving, but something went on that probably in all those years of interacting with Ambassador Buckeye, Madame did not know until he became her vice president. And so when somebody is holding on to their breath, don't push them off the wall. Madame does not want to talk. She just said, well, Buckeye, I don't think I can do business with you again. Now, to be looking for Buchanan Renewable was not managed by Alex Cummins. All of this organization that you're calling, in fact, the investment group, they are all over Africa. This particular organization, they are the ones who go, not like Ibomaf and Eton. No, those ones they exist on paper. You go even look for the address. My friend Alia went to look for the address, and he could barely get anything. That's not what this organization is all about. This organization is a serious investment organization. You go through them to provide you the resources to carry on your investment. You need that for a country like ours. If we're going to have all of this plan, we don't have people that will come and invest in our economy, nothing will work. If this guy here sitting there making all sort of noise that has nothing substantive, no solvent in it, it's just annoying in my ear. And that's not who I made up. I think when I chose to come on Spoon, it was because Spoon has the ability to propagate the views of Liberia, not emptiness. This is emptiness, and it's draining my energy. To be frank, it's
Yeah,
even
when it comes to your empty, when you're beyond Parker, it can drain you.
my friend. When you're talking,
When you
nobody
on Parker,
says.
does it drain you?
My friend, you look like you're going crazy right now.
Of course.
How you look?
You're talking Tabata.
Guys, let's let me come up. Fagon, let me come, please. Finish up. Fagon, Fagon, you will have your time. You will have your time. Remy, finish up. We got to move on. Yeah, Remy, finish up, please.
Even if you go start digging up for something that has no substance, you're draining the energy out of us. And to be frank, I think when Stanton set up this network, it was also to discuss substantive issues. But every day you bring in either fun or you denigrating the network, and it just looks stupid. And to be frank,
All right, Remy, thank you very much. When I set up the network,
but Remy, you're funny now. They're denigrating the network. You're talking about Kumis and Kumis are the network.
Fagon, we have to move on. Fagon, we gotta move
So
on.
you
We
saw
gotta
the
move on.
network to
Remy,
police,
thank
man.
you very much. Fadika, let me come to
police
you.
on radio station too.
Let me come to you, Fadika. I said the network that everybody might have their say,
The
and the
message for
Liberian
Kumi is
people
that
have the
Kumi we're
will.
talking about. What the message?
The issue here is that everybody will speak and speak to their opinion. That doesn't matter, and come and justify what you say, and let's move on. We are not denigrating the network. The network for the Liberian people, they will enjoy it. They will tell who telling the truth or who lying, and we'll move on. Fadiga, 2 minutes, please. We cannot do the phone line because we have a serious internet problem. Something about Liberian internet is crazy. All right. We've been on and off is just worse. So guys, forgive us, except when we take the phone call from here in the United States, but it's 19 minutes to 7. So we will not do the Liberian phone line today. And we hope we can get it better tomorrow. Fadika, can you do your 2 minutes that we can wrap this thing up?
Oh man, it's crazy that we are even here having this conversation. But honestly, I think Mr. Cummings is a walking contradiction. Like I told you, I don't break news that I cannot back by facts. It is clear that Cummings is fully engaged with Rabbi Salif. They need some campaign donation. I heard from Mind, well-placed source, that Rabbi Salif going to be bankrolling this election, and we all know what those guys did with the money. Remy says something that I really want us to look into. He said,
Fadiga, I'm sorry, man. I know I asked a woman to ask you that. You just saying this thing or you mean it though? Comey is a walking contradiction, and Rabbi Salif will be supporting the Cummings.
Yes, and the more I study Cummings and the more information. Look, I like the guy. I don't want to be the one to beat down on him because, like I said, Weka is effortlessly beating the guy. The old man not even that usually can say Bokoyakpo. The man just saying that you know back in the days, I wish I say hi. They shouting more. They shouting Papa. They just saying that you jumping. The Papa just say that do it for the push. So the Papa just beating him saying that. He ain't even throwing no blow. He going around shaking him, bumping face, doing all the things. The Papa just saying that. And everybody saying that you won't. You go all you can now. Y'all can say, oh, something will pass you together with carrying there that you will want. So this is the situation. So for us to keep beating down on this man, I think he's look. I'm reading some of his profile again. He has an impressive resume. I think Cummings is Cummings' worst enemy. He is his own worst enemy. I don't think anybody here can bring Mr. Cummings down. Maybe his time will come. Maybe it's in the future. I cannot predict. But right now, what I do know, it is Boyka's start. The Liberian people want Omen Boyka. Why Ellen did not support him, we all know. The reason is Madame Salif is, look, Omen Boyka is a very modest person. This man is not flamboyant. The man lives in the same house. Look, money can have, especially old money. People that got money, generational wealth, it doesn't have. Ambassador Boyka is a very middle-class Liberian. Even look, it's unheard of in Liberia that even people that go in the Senate for one term, they already reach in Liberia. Then you talking about someone that have been in public service for this long, and you cannot look. Let's assume, even let us pretend that I can't believe it, but I'm telling you, look at the reality. I mean, it doesn't jab. The reality here is this man comes to America. He lives with family member. That not stinginess there. That someone that is very modest doesn't have it. He have not stolen. And the reason why Ellen would be afraid, they know what they did 6 years ago. They know what they are hiding. George, we are refused to do what a responsible leader would have done. George, we are refused. It is clear. What more do you need? Every Liberian know. All the noise they were making to it last day. Akara Great cussing Ellen, doing all kinds of things. When they came there, what did they do? Nothing. They got Pope Wesley got Finley to foreign affair, brought Eugene Nambwe, put in their information. Now he had no car. We all know what happening in Liberia. It is an open secret. Nobody need to tell us what happening in Liberia. We know why we have a president called George Manawiya today. And Ellen and her children. Look what happened with that container and the missing $16 billion. When Milton Weeks and Charles Sirleaf were arrested. Look what happened. Few weeks later, they freed the guy. We all know people died. Matthew Innes died. People died. For the people that were at the head that bear the greatest responsibility for what happened at the central bank, are they still alive? So we know who called in the shot. What we cannot do is to allow Ellen to put her foot on the scale again and tip the balance of power. This time we have to stand up. If we have to drag her in the mud, we have to drag her in the mud, because what is going on right? So if she didn't choose Boyka, if for a reason, a very bad reason, and the reason here is Madam Sirleaf has something to hide. What is she hiding? And the more I see Mr. Cummings palling around with these questionable characters, I cringe. I'm starting to wonder, where are we heading as a nation? Yes, this man that came with clean hands. Yes, this man that came that said he was the new Pharaoh on the block. The new Moses, I mean. Now he left for the wayside. I'm not talking about Pharaoh, I said Moses.
Let's wrap it up now, because Isaac got to end this thing.
What I would say here is this: Alexander Cummings is Alexander Cummings' worst enemy. He doesn't need us to beat him down. Honorable Fagon, I would say ceasefire. This man, like the train is moving. There is a space on that train for Mr. Cummings. A well-designed space on that train. If he wants to get on it, even if he decides not to get on the train this time, we need him second round to get on board that train so that we can rescue this country. I think that is what at stake here, rather than getting on these trivia thing about who's something. Who cares? I don't care whether he was on board or not. The bottom line here is something. There's a wind of change blowing in Liberia. If you pay attention, you will hear it. It blowing in one direction. You know, I know it's hard to resist you guys, especially the ANC folk. No, it's not Cummings. Cummings is a fine man, but some of his supporters just turn off. They turn the Liberian people off based on their attitude, their condescending and demeaning attitude towards the Liberian people. I think that is the biggest turn off of here. So they need to work on that. But this time, it's just not his time. It is not his time. I will leave it at that.
Thank you. Mr. Azifai, can you take us home, please?
So it's very clear here from what Mr. Fagon has said that we're not criticizing Weah. It's just a joke. You know, President Weah is who we are focused on. Personally, I have been saying consistently over time that we should focus on the Weah government. There's so many issues there for us. But you UP people refuse. You think we can destroy Boyka? That's an easy job. But it's not necessary because we need votes in the second round. We need votes in the second round. Whether Cummings win, whether Boyka win, people need votes to win in the second round. But the way things trending now, the way the people singing behind Weah, your song where you like Stentor that he won't go, the likelihood exists that Weah may not even be third. You might have gone to be third, Weah be fourth. The Liberian people are turning their backs on George Weah in a way that we have never imagined would have happened. So go on.
I beg you, Isaac, if you have never said anything since you've been coming on Spoon the last few days, maybe we'll have you for one more day because you said the right thing. And a lot of folks reaching out to me. No, seriously, you said the right thing.
But I truly
a lot of folks reaching out to me saying that maybe Weah will not even be first, second, or third. If Weah doesn't leave the race right now, he will probably be the 16th. People say he got a bullet pulpit, but no, it doesn't matter.
Since the man came back from CIA headquarters, what kind of bullet people he not use? The man run away from our puppet. No, let me
So,
tell you.
gentlemen, let me say this to you,
No,
Isaac.
but I ain't finished yet. Stand
No,
up.
no, I know you're talking. I beg you. I want to help. I want to help your thought because
My man,
when you said
my man,
this good thing, like when you said a good thing is that you
Talk
push
to
me.
Let me say you helping my thought. I don't need you to help my thought. Just say you interrupted, but you're not helping my thought. Don't insult me. Go
I
ahead.
said I thought one good thing
My
that
man,
you enjoy yourself.
my man, if you said I insult, then I have business. I insult, but I will help your thought tonight. It means that I want you to shut the hell up. Let me talk.
And the interest is very mutual. I want you to hurry up.
No, but it's very important. It's very important for us to say this though, and you will continue. I think that's where the focus should be, because Josh Manor, we had a conversation on the street of Monrovia, Liberia as a whole, dying and dying rapidly, and I think the people need to hear this. And you're right about the second round, so let's get ourselves up and get ready for that second round victory. If even there will be a second round, because people are talking about only one time. But go ahead, Mr. Tuba.
If you can promise not to act like slow, and be biting and blowing, then maybe we'll take you serious. But you say, oh, but focus on we are. Yesterday you're closing, but focus on we are.
If I can promise not to act slow, you stupid like hell. You tell me say I acting like slow.
But you act like slow.
You come on there dance show to tell me say I acting like slow. You wash your mouth, man.
You're crab baby too?
No, don't tell me I acting like slow. That's the problem with y'all. No, it's not biting and blowing. It doesn't matter. You see, Fadiga sometimes, and that's why I can unleash. When I unleash, then I get fed.
Right? I just tolerating you. You can't unleash harder than me.
I know what you're saying, Fago. I'll make you last. Then man, time finish in 30 seconds. Fago, you beat last.
Just sensitive. You want to say to the people. You want nobody say it. You're so.
I mean, go ahead, man. Fago, what are you looking at?
Look at you. My man, nobody can cross by me. You know that one.
Fago, what are you looking at?
Let's get to the point.
Get to the point, Isaac. Get to the point.
Like Joe, we are record looking at here.
Oh, it's plenty. Don't worry about it. So if you listen to even Joe, we have a little thing he did on the feed there. What he said, oh, it's sad for another politician. Other people that he put the boy do that, put the boy in politics. So it's pathetic. Right now, I feel sorry for George Weah. I swear I feel sorry for him. He's like a total fish out of the water, just shaking, probably ready to die for that business. So Fagon has no accusation against Mr. Cummings. He's trying to divert from his own criticism of Joseph Boyka that people have been bringing up. And I said all the different things he had criticized of. You're refusing to play those video there on this particular show, but we play those Fagon video on this show for people to know what he thought about.
I think you said somebody added a slow. Why you won't play Fagon video again?
Oh?
Which side you on now? You want us to say Joe Weah and you want to come out of Fagon? And you said somebody acting slow.
I'm trying. You say you interrupted me. You said no interruption. But
I asked you a question so you can speak. But man, at the end of the show, but man got to go home back. Yeah. You eat your horse back.
Just fishing and throwing stuff is not necessary. If Fagon can zip his mouth towards Mr. Cummings, we'll be fine. I don't have to criticize Mr. Boyka. Okay? That Eugene and Namwe. I know every coming to Eugene, we hope Boyka. No, Eugene unleashed on Joseph Boyka. He said the bank got $20 million budget every year, and he was inefficient. He was not park car. So we need to get to that other discussion. He's talking about a man.
So I said, which one you on now? You want us to talk about Joe Weah, then you going back again?
No, but y'all gotta decide. That I'm just putting on there. You just say no. I'm just telling you what you see. I'm not saying anything. I just say what you just said. You just say the train, the train got no engine. The way they got it from Burma, they be pushing the lady on the track to bring the coal down to town. That had that train rolling. That train start here. So you say you're jumping on board that train. I see you're coming back to ANC because right now the wave of change is with Charlene Bronsky. Charlene has hit the country with
so you momentum. The man say Kennedy now, then you get vexed. I will interrupt you. You said you're Kennedy. The man say Kennedy. No. No, let's talk about Joe Weah. Then when the man talk about Joe Weah, then you come with that honor court to kill the man Kennedy. You got to your smart.
The man brought the Joe Weah book out. The man brought the Joe Weah book. I'm not going to say anything that usually read that book for us. You just work with the people he knows. You read a book.
But you met Joe Weah. The man work with the people while you met Joe Weah.
I was reading Cummings on a book.
No, you're grabbing.
I read
things.
Charlie
You're
on a
grabbing-
small page. I read a project page.
Interrupt me every time.
Yeah, man.
You're scared of me.
I mean, I left for you to be on this show, seriously.
I mean, I
But
read my man.
gentlemen, but want to say we are happy today to have a wonderful show.
But
I mean,
let me finish my Charlene thing, then you can take over. Just 1 minute.
My man, no, man, we're feeling with you, man.
I want to talk about
very.
I mean, you know how many people in the world?
But we can announce, though, today that Charlene Bronsky have accepted the offer. She have accepted the offer of Mr. Cummings to be his vice running mate. We can announce today. That Charlene Bronsky have accepted to be the running mate. So to be, but my man, I beg you now. Sometimes I like you, sometimes I like you, and sometimes I don't like you. We're moving on. You say we must move on. It's not a false statement. Let me say something to you. Again, as a VAR, let me say something to you. All right? I don't talk and I regret because I speak fact. Okay? So listen to me, my brother. Listen, let me help you. There's a reason why there's a Spoon Network in Liberia. I just don't read book. I just do not insult. I'm facing, listen, brother, listen, let me help you small. I'm facing my enemy, and I tell them the truth in the face. I will say this to you. All right? It was true that was an offer on the table. It was true they had a meeting, but I'm not going back there. Sometimes we want to move on. Okay? No, you debunk it because you lied. You debunk it. If I had it, and you were not even force me to send you text message, I would not do it. Okay? Yeah, you don't even know what's happening in Liberia and you're talking. But guys, let me say this, but let me leave as an argument alone. Let me leave as an argument alone. So Fadika, it is fair to say, thank you very much, and keep your own opinion as the credibility of your informant. But let me say this, Fadiga. I like what you say and I like what Asa said. Let's talk about George Weah and that park issue tomorrow. I will beg Fagon now to bring the comments conversation up tomorrow. He can keep it for the third round probably, or the second round, but not tomorrow. Because what George Weah said in Claritin, that Asa, he was speaking on, it's very bad for our country to see our president saying that the children will be happy just because I paid them back. But the education, he doesn't care. The well-being, have no interest. But President Joe said, just because I gave them back, the one that I saw in Senegal, and I asked the man for it, the man said, take it. I don't know what the person was thinking on. The man said, take it, so he left it up and brought it in Claritin.
I got a question for you, Stentor.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Quick question. You remember when Joria went to one school one time, like a couple of years ago, and he said, oh, he didn't know the school system was bad and there were no chairs and everything, and it was going to be making thousands of chairs for the school. Do you know they made those chairs?
No, so you asked me that question. Let me answer it like that. I know they make the chairs for the prison compound, not for the school, because Sir Joseph, I think it was part of Sir Joseph project. You remember when they get the 30,000? All the lawmakers get that 30,000. It was part of his project that he make those chairs for the president. How do you know that the president made chairs for school?
Okay.
Seriously.
Maybe somebody out there.
So guys, that's it. We'll be glad to be back tomorrow. Thank you for being so faithful in joining us.
I understand to talk.
No, my man, you're not talking.
You're the first.
I was not the first.
You talking, yo? I gotta respond to
I mean, one thing I like while I'm moderating. If I go today, you get fed. You're not talking today.
No problem. Just go to the last website I sent you, which is Wikipedia. I say Allah. Please click on there and inform the Liberian people that I did not lie. I want you to click on it. Please.
Fagon, I'm not doing it. You're not talking today. The show over. James Goody. Today, let Fagon know the other way. He will not close.
You not even know Mr. Kumi's nickname. Why Mr. Kumi's nickname?
Like, come on.
Click on it. You see the man nickname. I send a picture to you.
My man, today.
Mr. Kumi's nickname that I'm talking to. I just pause and laugh.
Today.
I send a picture.
Today. You will not have the last one, Fagon. We'll go and we're talking in the back.
Let me take a picture and send it to my man.
Fatiga. My man, thank you very much for
I didn't
joining
know
us.
Mr. Scrutiny was talking
One
too.
thing, I gotta speak to the Liberian Post more.
My
I
man,
was so today. I met one.
my man, we're feeling bad. We're feeling bad.
No,
We
let
want
me
to say
say this
thanks.
thing here.
Want
Let
to
me
say
say
thanks.
this.
Isaac
Why
Val,
can
thank
we
you
put it
very
there for
much. And
Dr.
we
Richardson?
will be back here tomorrow. Every Grade, I want to say thanks. We'll be back here again tomorrow.
So
Fadika, my
Scrutiny,
brother.
I'm talking too.
My brother, thank you. I'm out of the show. If you want to talk, you can carry on. I'm done.
Oh, man,
My fellow Liberians, my fellow Liberians, y'all thank you. Yeah, the man, I can't cry at the man we took from the border. Y'all remember when I asked if I was at the border
and
and we
Yeah.
took car for him and you were crying like crazy? You're fine, yeah. We still get that video. We still get that video. We still get that video.
You're looking so sorry for me.
I had to beg my game. I said, my
was
God,
so
beg you
scary.
to call him, man. You're fine, yeah.
Every time they bring a hat down, he turn it around and pray ten, so he won't see good.
Thank you. So Fagon, if you stop lying, everything will be all right. Stop lying with the community. Don't run away again. It's scared.
All right, folks. See you all tomorrow. It was another beautiful edition, and the team will be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. to bring you another edition of Spoon Talk. Until then, my name is James Goodell Flomo. Have yourself a great time. Bye-bye.